Yo, 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 yo. Yo, 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 yo. Quick intro, nothing too long or anything like that. I know it's been a minute, man. I had to check in with my people, man. Had to check in with people. Hopefully, Noah and let me see what Noah and Mello at, since I'm just doing this out of the blue. Let me see here. What's good, man? I know it's been a minute, man. I just wanted to pop on and do a show. I know people on Twitter been in the comment section, like post when you go on live, stuff like that. I've been taking care of a lot of family stuff lately that's kind of took my attention away from the platform. But we ain't going nowhere. Sometimes you gotta, take a step back, and focus on, saying whatever issues that's going on, get them straightened out, and then you able to come back. But it's family over everything. That's how I am. You know what I'm saying? So, but I definitely wanted to tune in with my people. What is good? What is good, man? I miss y'all. I gotta check in with the chat, man. Um, and give y'all due respect. You know what I'm saying? And we finna get this. It's so much stuff happening in gaming, man. I want to talk about a little bit of everything. Like I said, this is not a planned show. So if there's any topics or anything that y'all want to discuss or touch on, definitely let me know in the chat. And we're just gonna play this by ear. But yeah, I just been taking care of some family stuff. Yes, who else? I heard from Z. I heard from Z. I had to reach out because I didn't know what was going on. I had reached out to Kratos and was like, what's good with Z? And then I text Z twice. I text Z twice. I didn't get a response from the text, but recently I just got a response back from him. He's cool. Um, so I think he's gonna be back. I think he's gonna be back soon. So whatever. Like I told him, whatever issues or anything that we had, his well being supersede any BS over the internet. Any shit that's dealing with gaming, anything, you know what I'm saying? Any bullshit over the internet, his well being supersedes all of that. You know what I'm saying? And regardless of the fallout we had, that's still bro, that's still family. I still love him, and I'm always want the best for him. You know what I'm saying? So, but he tapped in with me. He good and stuff. I think he still got some stuff to take care of behind the scene, but I think eventually he'll be back on YouTube, and then in his own way, in Z's way, y'all know how Z is. He'll let y'all know what's been going on with him. It's not for me to say because I really don't know what happened. All I wanted to do was tap in with him to make sure he was good. And so from what he told me recently, he good, he back down, he home. And so we gonna go for that. And we always want that, you know what I'm saying? We always want that. Mac City. Yeah, he just hit me up recently. You know what I'm saying? Because I hadn't seen him go live in a while. And I know he was saying he had some stuff going on from his recent shows that he had stuff going on in the background. But when it went through a stretch where he wasn't going live, when I saw Kratos and Buck running his channel for him, then that's when I reached out to Kratos, like what's going on with bro, and then so I reached out to him via text and stuff like that. Didn't get a response, but I think that either yesterday or day before yesterday, you know what I'm saying, we spoke a little bit, and so he good, he definitely good. Tell these Boulders Gate is not competing. We gonna get into it, man. Yeah, Z. Yeah, Z. Bro, Z got his ways. He's stuck in his ways. I know Z. I've been around Z for a minute. I've been around from the years. I know how he is. So, Z gonna be him. But regardless of what me and him went through or anything like that, in terms of agreement or disagreements, like I said, his well being supersedes all that bullshit. So I just definitely had to reach out and see was he good. All right, so let's get this started. Let's see if we can. I gotta see what I'm gonna talk about today too. Let's see here. Let me tune in with the chat real quick. Let me pull this up here. I've been watching. I got out this morning at 3 a.m. And then when I got back in, I've been watching all type of the Spence Crawford fight is coming up. If you guys are into boxing, I don't know if a lot of you guys are into boxing, but you got the Errol Spence Jr. and the Terence Crawford fight that's coming up Saturday, which is a huge undisputed fight in the welterweight. It's the first undisputed four belt welterweight era fight, and it's gonna crown who the best welterweight of this era, and who the best welterweight of this time is, and it's a huge fight. So I've been watching press conferences and stuff like that all day. Let me see here. Shout out to Iron Mike. He says, "Salute. What up? What's good, Iron Mike? It's good seeing y'all." Um, the biggest fight. Yes, it is the biggest fight, Mac. Yeah, Dolan and Dolo. Let me tell you something. Whether you're a boxing fan or not, this is history. Them two boys about to make history. And whether you there in the seats or in the stadium, or whether you watching it on pay-per-view, you gonna want to be a part of history. It's one of them Hagler Hearns type of thing. You want to be able to. You probably look down years later and tell your kids, "I saw that fight when it happened. I saw it live, or I saw it via pay-per-view, and I experienced that." That's what type of fight it is. It's probably a fight that they'll be talking about for the next 30 or 40 years. That's how big it is. The first of the four belt era. So it's crazy. Earl Spence got give me just a second. I think I'm trying to get sick too. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Okay. All right. So yeah. So let's do this. We're gonna I'm gonna give y'all due diligence and shout your name out, and then we're gonna see what's been popping with everybody. I gotta look at the what's the name, see what's been going on in gaming, because I've been out and about like this whole month. And then we'll go from there. We'll go from there. Let's see here. So let me do this. Let me scroll up to the top. When when you feel like you're getting sick, when you got that one nostril where your nose want to run out of just that one nostril. You know what I'm saying? No other not just that one nostril. That it, you know. I'm gonna make sure I take me some medicine. I ain't got no time to be sick. But shout out to Sofa King Low was good. My brother Verge Brizzle was good. We got HB in the building was good. Who else? But who else? We got Top Notch was good. We got Mojan Smeek was good. What's up? Come on, say hi. Say what's up.
What's up?
You want to say something? Okay. My daughter with her little goofy self. that's my daughter. Can I say hi? Can I say? All right. So we got Motion Smeek was good. We got Black Lightning 100. What's up? We got Lover God was good. King Reaper 74G. Lord Maxi was good. We got King Middleton. What's up? We got the other Zinc, one of the best bots in the land. Swordfish was good. We got Sabala. It's why y'all coming. See, at least it ain't a freaky name. I'll give you that. At least it's not a freaky name. We could do a Sabella or Sabala or Sabila or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Max City Entertainment, another one of the baddest bots in the land. We also got, let's see who else we got here. 6200 Block Drake was good, brother. Let me see here. Texas, what's up? Deploy 619 was good. Dr. J, Mr. H was good. Then who else we got here? Shout out to my brother Master Sif 40 with the $2. Hey, post in chat. Keep it Xbox. You already know. Jax 82 was good. Sif Marks was good. The Dark Lord Fusion was good. Gerald Mack was good. Okay. Okay. Jeremy Brown was good. Black Cord was good. The real Carlito was good. The Dream was good. And shout out to everybody else that's watching that probably haven't responded. Shout out to y'all. We finna get it cracking. Lots going on. Since I've seen y'all, especially with the Activision deal, which looks like is going to be completed now that pretty much every regulator in the world has signed off on it in terms unconditionally, right? They signed off on it unconditionally. Shout out to my brother Alcoholic Gamer with the $2, pulling up with another one of them drinks. Red Berry Ciroc plus Sprite. Enjoy drinks on him. Red Berry. Look, if you drink responsibly. Don't drink and drive. Okay. Try these in the comfort and the safety of your own home. Okay. If you're under the age of 18 or you're under the drinking age, we do not support the intake of any alcoholic beverage. We do not support that. All right. This is for the grown men and women. All right. Dr. J, Mr. H, when you going to guest on Double Barrel again, gaming again? I don't know. He's reached out to me multiple times over the month. It just conflicted with things that I had going on, and he sent me a link saying, hey, if you can join, if you can show up, please do. And in most cases, I wasn't able to join due to other obligations. But I'm gonna get Boom on the show as well. I got to get a lot of people on the show. I'm behind. I was supposed to have been reached out to a lot of people, but I got so much stuff going on in the background in terms of family that I haven't really been able to get things situated in terms of, guesting on other people's shows, and then, bringing people onto the platform as well. But that is definitely still on agenda. The Trillis, what's up? Sappho, what's up? Nah, absolutely. We are here. Spidey Rain was good. He said, I remember when Post had the N farm in the background. He the trailer, why you gonna put me out there like that, bro? Shout out to who else did I post up. I expect nothing but Xbox slander during the show. Salute, nigga. No, we ain't. Oh no, you on the wrong show. We ain't slandering no. It's all good over here for us. I will be redeemed today on this show because it's a few I told you so's. It's a few I told you so moments that we got to talk about, right? Because it looks like this deal gonna go through. After people told me, I didn't know what the hell I was talking about. After people told me I was a armchair lawyer, that I was a Twitter lawyer, and things like that, and I don't know where that come from. I wasn't even doing lawyer shit. I was just reporting on the merger, and then went from there to being a lawyer. But yeah, we definitely gonna talk about it. Let me see here. So let me okay, we're gonna start off like this. All right. I've been gone. Right. I've been gone. Haven't been streaming. Family stuff. Taking stick care stuff with the family. The children. One of the most important things that I'm gonna share with y'all, and the reason why one of the main points of me being gone is um outside of working, but spending time with my children. On a serious note, um, the mother of my children has gotten married. and that's cool. We haven't been together. Walter Bama support um, everything she does, and Walter Bam. She's gotten married, and I had to check in with the children just to make sure that the person that they was comfortable being around the person that she got married to. So after I got all that out the way, everything was cool. Now what I'm dealing with is um, the mother of my children is about to move to another state. All right, and she's taking the children with her. And I sat and had a conversation with my children about about that. And I think it's good for my children to see another environment outside of Chicago, to see another city, and things like that. And so that's coming up soon that they're going to be leaving. So I had to step back from this platform to spend as much time with them because right now I'm just about 10 blocks away from my children if they need me. Um, Next month, I'm gonna be a whole state away from my children, and the only way we're gonna be able to interact is on the phone or via FaceTime. And so that has been prioritized over doing podcasts, over gaming talks, and stuff like that. Y'all probably haven't even seen me tweet that much lately, and that's because they come first. Spending as much time with them, before they go, and so and I want them to go wherever they going and see how it is, because they haven't seen I don't think they haven't seen another state outside of Chicago since they've been born, and so to go there to experience to see if they want to be there, if they want to come back and and be with me, but that's what I've been on outside of working, taking care of the bills and things like that. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir, Jeremy Brown. Nothing more important than family. But those my little ones. They get on my nerves. They screaming and doing that. They fighting, and now you really don't. You sometimes you say it gets on your nerve. You yell at them, shut up and do it. It's that, but you really won't be able to appreciate it until you don't hear it anymore. Until it's no one to say, Kaylin or Kevin or Chanel, Ruby. You know, so you don't have to, what I'm saying? So you don't really appreciate it until it's not there no more. But I still want them to gain the experience uh, of seeing another city, being a different environment outside of Chicago, and seeing what that has to offer them and things like that. So we're going to see how this goes. It's something new for me, and I really got to figure out and try to process how I'm gonna deal with that distance. And I think that's going to be the toughest thing from going from being able to hop in a car and drive like 10 to 15 blocks away to pull up and see them versus having to do it over FaceTime or a phone call. So it's going to be tough, but what I'm saying, I'm for it, and I do want them to see what other environments and stuff have to offer them and things like that. Because Chicago can be rough. It can be rough, and so we'll see how it goes. Yeah, Dr. Martin. It's tough. It's tough. You know what I'm saying? And I'm making the best of it. I'm making the best of it now, but I really won't understand the magnitude of it in terms of the distance until it actually takes place. And I gotta figure that out because if they're going through something or they're dealing with something, I can no longer hop in a car and drive 15 blocks and pull up and say, Daddy's here. What's going on? Talk to me. You know, Now it's either take that drive, get on that Greyhound, or get on that flight. Get on that flight, couple hours, and say, "Okay, Daddy's fine. Daddy's finally here." But yeah, but that's. I just wanted to kind of bring y'all into, the personal, a little bit personal aspect of, you know, things that I'm dealing with that's outside the game. Looking for one stop. My brother one stop again. Hey, this great. Hey, look, this. Hey, look. Look, don't hate on the wisdom, brother. One stop for game. Don't hate on the wisdom. Now, there's a little bit of stress. When you have children, 5 children, boy, I'm telling you. I am telling you, it could be stressful at times, but that's life. But I take that up as wisdom. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? It blends. You feel me? It blends. You know what I'm saying? Don't hate on the ground. I know, bro. It's good seeing you, and I'm glad you back on. I'm glad you back on YouTube, man. I see you start streaming and stuff again. You still hating on Xbox? That hasn't changed. You still hating on Xbox? That hasn't changed. Enigmatic Dreams, what's up? Oh, hey, Verge Blizzard, don't do one stop like that. Don't you put one stop out there like that, Verge. Why you? Yo, why you? Verge, that's what you own. You Verge, that's what you own. You won the system from bro and bro. yo. Oh, bro. Hey, Verge, say, I need mines today. Yo. Hey, y'all acting up already, bro. Hey, thanks, Corey. Pray all is working out for you good, bro. Yeah, yes, sir. Dr. J say Xbox may bag Sega. We gotta hold the horses on that. Okay, hold the horses on that. We're gonna get into that. We're gonna talk about that. I think I think Sega was supposed to come before Activision, honestly. But I think when the Activision deal became what it is right now, hold on. I believe when the Activision deal became available, I think Sega got put on the back burner. I think if Activision doesn't go through the exposure they went through with their employees, if none of that comes out, everything's smooth sailing, then I think we'll be celebrating Microsoft acquiring Sega right now, whether opposed to Activision. If you look at the court documents in the filings, Phil Spencer had already submitted a strategy assessment to Nadalia and the CFO Amy of the company to go ahead and to acquire Sega. And when you get that to that point where you're submitting the essay to Nadalia and the CFO to get the go ahead to acquire Sega, then you're pretty much in the driver's seat. You're pretty much like, look, let's go and acquire them now. And so I think Sega got put on the back burner. I think it's one of the reasons why Sega started to selling off parts of his company, especially the what's those pachinko machines and all that, selling that stuff off and things like that. But if you look at what Sega's doing in terms of the mobile divisions that they're acquiring now, it all lines up with Microsoft. They also just unionized, which lines up with Microsoft is doing. So they're preparing themselves. But we don't know what might happen. What if Sony, since them court documents released, and Sony kind of knows Microsoft's strategy now, and what developers they've been looking at, and what other publishers they've been looking at. Who's to say Sony don't try to step in and kind of disrupt one of those purchases? So we'll have to see. Shout out to Rob, who randomly robs everybody with the 199, not gaming related. The UFOs are here. They've been here, Rob. I guess we'll have to have a show about that. The only thing I will say about that, not to get too much off topic, is don't allow that to distract you. Um, when you watching those hearings or any hearings, you're watching some of the best actors in the world that don't get nominated for Oscars or anything like that, but they are some of the best actors in the world, and they know what's going on. They knew about this. They're acting like they've been oblivious, and some may have been, because I think that has a high level of clearance in terms of people who in the know, but don't allow what's going on with that to distract you from When the right hand when they get you focusing on the right hand, is for you not to pay attention to what the left hand is doing, and that's how I see that whole UFO hearing is. I think it's just a big distraction in the media. Even though I do believe that aliens are here. They've been here. We've been on. I think we share this planet with multiple different species that we're unaware of. But that's that's neither here neither here nor there. That's like a total expand your mind. That's a different post. That's a different conversation, y'all. From post. Let's see here. Sega will not sell to PlayStation. They will rather wait for Xbox. It's up for Sega and his board, I guess, to determine that. It's up for Sega and his board. Here it comes, man. Y'all tripping. I said, let me see here. Okay, so let me see, cause I've been out of the loop on what's been going on. Let me see here. I know that. Okay, so we got news today that PlayStation hit 40 million consoles. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Good numbers. Good numbers. But we're trying to hit 40 million subscribers. It's a difference. You feel me? We're trying to hit 40 million subs. You know what I'm saying? We try because we know the more subs and subscribers we have for Game Pass, the more incentives and the more risks the developers can take in terms of the first party games that they make. So we did get this, and I think there's been a big conversation on Twitter. So I'm gonna start off with this just a bit. The PlayStation 5 Pro details. Um and and the reason why I want to start off with this is because ever since this Activision deal has started, we've seen some things that's been unusual, right? So it says the PlayStation 5 Pro details via Tom Henderson, codenamed Project Trinity, been in development since early 2022. Dev kits going out in November, 30 on WGP and 18,000 MTS memory, accelerated ray tracing targeting November 2024. And I seen this topics and discussions on Twitter whether it forces Microsoft to now bring out a Xbox Series X Pro. And should Microsoft, now that this PlayStation 5 Pro um it's pretty much out there because Tom Henderson is a reputable source, should Microsoft react and do a Xbox Series X Pro so they won't lose the power narrative or something like that? This is how I look at this whole thing, right? You have the PlayStation 5 Pro leaks, right? You had the Q Lite leak, right? You also had the PlayStation price discount leak that's supposedly supposed to happen, right? At a time where the FTC lost their well, not their appeal, but they lost their injunction, right? Both of them. And it looks like this deal is about to go through. Now all of a sudden you're getting all these PlayStation leaks from back to back to back. And I'm wondering, is it intentionally? It's because the news cycle, let me turn this off because I'm gonna have to do this here. The news cycle has been totally about Call of Duty, Xbox, and ABK, right? And I was just wondering, is this a way for is this stuff is being leaked intentionally just to kind of disrupt the news cycle that's been dominated by Microsoft and Activision? Verge Brizzle with the 4.99 say, I want to see you win. Post, here's 5 for now. Thank you, brother. Salute, bro. Thank you, bro. I really appreciate it. Look, my whole take on this, the PlayStation 5 Pro or the Xbox Series X Pro is I just spent like I can understand the Xbox One era, right? Because if you look at the Xbox One and the PS4, they sold us outdated hardware. It was outdated before the shit even got in our hands. The CPU, all that shit was outdated. Really outdated, right? And that generation went on for a minute. So in that I can understand you needing something a pro in that era, right? Because at the rate that technology is expanding, you at least want to try to keep up. Now we know we can't keep up with PCs or anything like that, but you at least want to keep up with the newest tech and not fall too far behind. So I understand from the perspective of it being the Xbox One X, right? I understand that was needed, right? It was needed because in that era, Microsoft was getting their ass whooped power wise and sales wise, right? And there was this stigma on the Xbox in terms of that narrative in terms of it being a low performance box, along with the stigma of not having of the so-called not having any games or anything like that. And if you feel Spencer, you coming in, you want to change that narrative. So not only that, you had the additional stigma of how the box looked and how big the box was. Right. So from Microsoft perspective, from Phil, if I'm coming in and I want to help change the narrative, so I'm gonna put out the Xbox One S, which is an incredible looking console, and then we're gonna come with the Xbox One X because we want to change the narrative of the power and stuff like that. Even though we didn't really get any games that was created from the ground up with the Xbox One X, it was just a stopgap for titles that was already on Xbox One and future titles to run better on the system. But we're in a new generation, right? And we have the PS5 and we have the Xbox Series X that hasn't really been utilized. I just spent $500 on a system that I don't really know what it's capable of, right? On a system that I haven't really seen be pushed, right? Or been shaken to its core, right? We haven't gotten that yet, right? And what we're 2 years, maybe 3 years into a generation, and you're trying to sell me another system that's supposed to be better than the previous system that I just owned, right? And in the previous system, you told me, oh, it's the most powerful. It does this, it does this. You're going to do this. We're better. Look at all this, and that. And now you're trying to sell me a box saying, hey, even though you haven't seen what the previous system we just got through putting in your face and celebrating about, we got an even better one on the table. We offering you even, I haven't even got my $500 worth of the Series X or the PS5. Shit, we barely even have current gen titles for these systems. Most of the games we've been playing and been seeing have been started on old hardware. Started in the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 era. Started on those engines that support those old systems, right? We don't even know what fully what a next generation title looks like. Ratchet and Clank looks incredible, right? We know that's PlayStation 5 only. Beautiful game, right? We know what's that? Forbidden West. Beautiful, but even that's cross gen, right? I'm not ready for a pro anything because I want to see and I want to experience the systems that you all just sold me on. It can eat monsters for breakfast. SSD only capable on PS5. I want to fully understand and experience what I purchased these systems for. And I want to start seeing content that's representative of these systems, built from the ground up specifically for these systems. I'm not, I'm sorry, this is off topic, but your voice is sick. Sick how? Do I sound sick? Hold on, my nose running a bit. I do think I'm trying to get sick though. Oh, like cool. Well, what I think. Well, I just want to thank you. You feel me? I pride myself on, speaking in the most, grammatic, grammatical way. Dirt off my shoulder. I just thank you. It's not too often. It's not too often you get compliments on your voice. So I'm gonna take that and run with it. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Post up the voice. Should I call myself the voice? Should I pull up and take little Dirk name and call myself the voice? But look, I do want to say this. I'm not ready for a pro. You look, I can see if we was 5 years, maybe 6 years into this generation, right? We're like 2 or 3 years in this, and you're trying to sell me another piece of hardware. You just sold, you just sold me a previous hardware, and everything you told me about that I haven't even seen yet, really. So I don't think, especially from Xbox perspective, especially from Xbox perspective, the fact that you started out this generation with no first party games, the fact we had to wait 2 years on those games, and the fact that this year and really starting in 2024 is when we're going to start seeing Xbox Series X titles, because we know moving forward that they are done with Xbox One development, that they're no longer, they already came out and said, look, we're not focused, no longer developing on the Xbox One platform. That means everything from here on out is going to be Series X and PC. So let me get a whiff of that. Hmm? Don't show me, right? Don't get me a whiff of what's in the pot, and then be like, that's cool though, but look at this meal I'm preparing over here. This shit gonna taste better. Even nah, I ain't ready for the next meal. I want to enjoy the meal that's been stewing in the pot. And I'm not finna start buying consoles like cell phones either. I know some people are with. I'm not with that. I'm not finna start buying consoles like cell phones. And when it gets to the point where it's like that, then look, man, look, Ozzy, that's a good point. He said some posts I see some homies want a pro console to play Starfield at 60 frames per second. Starfield 30 frames per second was a choice. Had nothing to do with the hardware of the Series X. It was a design choice. If they wanted to hit 60 on consoles, they could. Even what's the name said that if they was able to do 30 on PC, that It's just a design choice, man. And who knows? Maybe at some point we do get a performance mode from Starfield at 60. Get the game out the door first, right? If you created this game with 30 frames per second in mind, if there's some things in the game you don't want to sacrifice, right, to hit 60, well, continue to do what you do because the game didn't have delays already. Continue to do what you do. Get the game out the door. Once it get out the door and everybody's having fun, then later down the line you can go back and say, okay, let's see what we can do in terms of a 60 frames per second option mode on console. Who say that's not coming? And Fielding already said, look, it's not a hardware thing. So that lets you know it's possible on consoles, right? I'm not ready for new hardware right now. When the hardware I just brought, I haven't even got a taste of what this shit can do. The only thing I've seen this damn thing do is run current gen games. I can't name one title that utilizes all of the features that the Xbox Series X was talking about. Even from the SSD with the XVA and all that stuff. The new text. We haven't seen one title utilize none of that shit yet. I'm saying in the real world setting. When I say real world setting, I mean in the comforts of our own home, not on the stage or in a controlled environment of something that's being presented to us, right? Something that's being presented. I'm talking about in the real world setting, meaning the comforts of your home. Can you name one title from Xbox that fully utilizes the Series X new architecture, because it is new? They utilize any of the things that they promoted prior to the hardware releasing. We haven't got any of that. Hopefully Hellblade 2 be that first experience, but that's coming in next year, right? We got to see what Forza Motorsport is looking great. We got to see but that's a racing game, right? And I think it's going to look incredible. Starfield is not, to me, Starfield is more so about gameplay than trying to really, really, really be technical. Well, it is technical because it's in terms of the systems that they have, that they built, that all of the different type of systems in the game. That's definitely a technical, definitely a technical achievement. But still, you know, I'm not buying them. In 2024, I won't be buying a PlayStation 5 Pro. I won't. You know, you live with you. You mean I ain't got no time to be spending money like that. You mean tell me 2 years, 3 years in, you telling me I got to buy another system to do what do what you told me the system I just brought was gonna be able to do? No, nah, we good, buddy. We good over here. I do believe that the PS5 Pro is real though, because Sony was talking about the PS5 Pro before the PS5 even launched. That's facts. The CEO of Sony was talking about the PlayStation 5 Pro before the PlayStation 5 even launched. So is the PS5 was the PS5 a stopgap? PlayStation to play with games. Oh man, let me go here. Let me check my, because I need to. Let me see here. Let me see here. Let me go up here. Give me just a second. Oh, I'm behind. I just realized I'm behind on so much. You got Larry Herb. He's leaving Microsoft. Let me see here. You got the Game Pass stuff. They pretty much renamed X. Now I want to talk about that a little bit, just a little bit. And the reason why, let me bring this up. This right here. Hold on. Well, let me blow my nose. Sorry about that, yo. So this leaked, and Microsoft finally made it official. And the reason why I want to talk about this is because Game Pass Core is it's pretty much the new name to Xbox Live, right? Um, when so many memories with Xbox Live and Xbox Live Gold. Um, that's what kind of solidified my foundation into Xbox, right? When I got my Xbox, especially the OG Xbox, we did System Link and all that stuff with Halo and everything like that. But when Microsoft announced Xbox Live, and then they did the beta for it, and you got that box with the headset in it, and you had that the what's the name code for Xbox Live. You had the disc, and the headset. Um, that first time you put on the headset and you in NBA, and around that time I was playing a lot of NBA 2K5, NBA 2K, um, and Halo. But when you first put that headset on and you're like hello, and they like hello, and you be like you can hear me, yeah I can hear you, and y'all both sitting there and are like this is fucking crazy. We can hear each other. So for them to be getting rid of the Xbox Live name after so many years, man, yo, that's crazy, man. Some fucking memories from that, from Halo to especially Gears. When Gears One came out, the multiplayer for Gears One was so fucking. I spent hours on that shit, man, hours and hours. But looking at this, it's some things that I don't get. I don't even think you need it for four different tiers. Shout out to Alpha Will with the $5. Didn't you just do that? Brought the One X, then the Series X 3 years up. Alpha Will. Alpha Will, what I just here come your ass. See, first you pop up in my comments on Twitter. Now you wanna pop up in the I just told you on why the pros was needed in the Xbox One era. We were so bullshit tech out the door, brother. Have you not been listening? I'm just saying, I'm not ready for a PlayStation 5 Pro. You didn't just sold me in the Xbox. You didn't just sold me on the Xbox Series X. You sold me on the PlayStation 5 in terms of its capability on both consoles, right? And we only have a few. We don't even know these systems haven't even been put to the test. And now you want to tax me another 500? And then I don't know how that's going to work for Microsoft too. For Microsoft to come out and say the Series X is the Pro, I don't even know how that works. Because if the Series X is the Pro and that means the Series S came in this generation underpowered. Thank you, Mr. Seven. Thank you, Mr. Digital. Enough said. Drops mic. Drop the mic. Drop the mic. That's it. Ain't nothing else needed to be said. Nothing. I'm on to the next. We ain't got to say nothing else. We ain't got to say nothing else. You're spending $1,200 on 2 consoles in the course of 3 years. Might as well get it. Not only that, though, we can go deeper. You spend $500 on the PlayStation 5. You spent another $500 on the PSVR 2. You finna spend probably another $500-600 on the. You $1,500-1,600 in already 3 years into the generation, and you could have got you like digital. You could have might as well took that and went and got you a motherfucking PC. PlayStation got you motherfuckers $1,500-1,600 in 3 years. That's a capable PC. Mr. Digital. Talk that shit, digital. In the handheld, which is gonna cost another $200-300. You damn near 2,000. You damn near 2,000 in. What are we doing here, Alpha? You done got a mean PC setup. You damn near 2,000 in when you cover all the tax with that shit. So they for that you brought a console, $500. They charged you $500 for the PSVR 2 headset with no backwards compatibility. Then you finna get charged another $500 for PlayStation 5 Pro, another $300 for a handheld that's only got Wi-Fi capability. Alpha, go sit your ass down. Don't you ever pull up in the YouTube chat trying to pull that shit you be pulling on Twitter. We don't. They don't play that shit over here. But yeah, I didn't. In terms of this Game Pass thing, you got the core for $10 a month. Online console multiplayer catalog over 25 high quality games on console, member deals, and discount. And then you got console, hundreds of quality games on consoles, new games on day one. And then member deals and this. I don't get this. These two. I don't get this. You couldn't convert. You could have converged. And I see this says online multiplayer catalog of 25 high quality games on console, member deals, and discount. This one has hundreds of quality games, so you get a little bit more access to the games in Game Pass, but you get new games on day one. This core portion of this doesn't say new games on day one. It just says you get a catalog of over 25 high quality games, which they listed. So in this case, if you're in the core package, you get online and you get access to 25 games that they put a pre-list out for, right? But you don't get access to day one titles. This over here is console. It gives you access to 100 more games. You get access to new day one titles, member deals, and discount, but you don't get access to online, right? So these two only exist to push you over here to Ultimate, to say, okay, fuck it, because this and this is pretty much a split of this with more features. I might as well just pay the $16.99. So I understand what they're doing. They're trying to force people to Ultimate. They're trying to force people to Ultimate. But this is I still don't like the way they're doing it. I still don't like the way they're doing it. I think console and core should combine, right? I think Xbox Live should be a base feature for a game for the Game Pass tier. Um, long as you got somebody in your ecosystem, um, and they're paying for something, I just think this should have converged and just been one base tier. Then you had Ultimate. Then you put more perks in Ultimate and say, okay, if you want to have these capabilities and stuff like that, you move on to Ultimate. If not, you still have the base online to access online. Some people might not don't care about all this stuff over here. Some people just probably want to just have online access to Xbox Live or whatever, you know. But these two only exist to push you towards Ultimate. But I see hundreds of quality games, new games day one, member deals and discount perks, online console multiplayer, EA Play membership. And so these two is pretty much Ultimate just split up. They just took Ultimate and split up. And I just think they could have went about this a better way. I think online player connectivity should just be a base feature um, in a tier. I think it should be the foundation. And then as you go up in tiers, you can add more things. And if I look at these two, right, depending on what type of gamer I am, is there enough in Ultimate, right? Because if I only care about online multiplayer, do I really care about a EA Play membership, right? Whether if I'm into Xbox first party titles or not, I may or may not care about day one if I don't care about purchasing the games myself. So is there enough incentives in the ultimate package to, force me to pay that $16.99? I don't know. Especially if I'm a player that only cares about multiplayer. I purchase my games. I really don't care about, if I don't care about Microsoft first party games, or even if I do, I'll just buy it, you know. Is there enough incentives for me to even go to Ultimate? But I don't know. It depends. To each his own. To each his own. Let me see here. We got my brother Alpha Will back with the $5. Stop it, post. Here we go. Here we go. I do this all day on Twitter with this place. Now the chat. Before I read this, Alpha Will is a pony. He is a true pony, right? So I'm gonna let y'all know off back. He's a pony. Stop it, post. Xbox dudes brought a 1X, $500, a Series S, $300, and a Series X, $500 within 3 years and had no games. Stop it. Well, I'm going to stop you there because I see this a lot on Twitter and with the PlayStation guys here. They say Xbox dude, we brought a 1X, we brought a Series S, and then we brought the Series. I didn't buy shit. I traded in my systems. So let's start that off first. I didn't buy nothing, right? And I didn't pay what you thought. Even for the Series X. My 1X, I traded that motherfucker in towards the Series X. Right? In terms of the 1X, thinking I was gonna get a 1X, but I wasn't going to have the One X. I had half the money for the One X, right? And I was waiting for my next paycheck to come around. But King's Blood, and Z wanted me to have the One X on the same day as them, right? So they chipped in and made sure I had the One X at the same time that they had the One X, right? The series S, brother. I don't hoard consoles. I'm gonna let you know now. I do not hoard consoles. So and you can't assume that every Xbox person hoards consoles. Well, they keep their consoles and then they go out and buy a new one. Because some people take advantage of them GameStop deals and get that $200 or $300 towards the next system and only come out their pocket with a few more hundreds and be on their way. Now you got those that hoard systems and do that. I'm not the one. You can't pull that shit on me, brother. You can't pull that shit on me. Not at all. Because I don't hoard systems. GameStop giving what? For what? Towards a what? Hold on. You best to believe I was up there with all the controllers, the One X. You best believe. Let me tell you something. Prior to the Series X, I traded in my One X and the PlayStation 4 Pro. And guess what? And shout out to Kratos who sent me that Spider-Man PlayStation Pro. You know what I'm saying? I apologize. But that motherfucker got sent to the upper room. I took that One X. I took that PlayStation 4 Pro, which was the red Spider-Man edition one. I know y'all might give me flack for that shit was at. Now, I was damn near almost late to get in the line at GameStop because I was wiping the consoles clean to make sure all my information was off of it. I took that One X and that PlayStation 4 Pro to GameStop. Controller, all that, wiped that motherfucking clean, and traded that shit in towards the Series X. I don't know what you talking about buying all these. You talking to the wrong one. Dolanite, Xbox gamers are make better choices with their money. We don't blind these. Hey, Dolo, he got the wrong one. He got look. I got what I could out of the Pro, which was very little, and I got what I could out of the Xbox One X. Nigga send that shit to the upper room. You feel me? Then I took my children. I took their systems and traded it in towards the Series S. What do we think? Look, bro, look. Let me tell you something. Look. Let me tell you something. Look, I don't do all that. Look, I ain't got money like that. I'm not rich. I don't have money to waste. I have 5 children. I got to manage and prioritize whatever I spend. Right? I'm not a console hoarder. I'm not a collector or anything like that. So I'm not holding on to these systems. So I get what I can out of these systems, and then I make them systems work for my pockets. So when GameStop become a caller and say, look, we giving you $300 for your PlayStation and $200 for your. That's. I'm pulling up with both of them. BOFUM, both of them. I'm pulling up with both of them. Here. And when they say, all you owe is $12.38 towards your next system, what? How much? Yeah, you owe $12.38 on your next systems via the trade-in. You got $300 for the Pro. You got $200 for the Xbox. That's $500 in store credit. All you got to do is pay the tax. What? Alpha, you better go sit your ass down somewhere, boy. Ain't nobody. Look, now you got people out there that's collectors that do all that buy different consoles and stuff like that, who up the bam that keep. Not me, bro. And everybody don't do that because everybody ain't got pockets like that. So people will make, after they get what they can out of their system, they will trade that motherfucker in onto the next system. I thought $2. Your Xbox mods put me on timeout. You're soft, I'm out. No. Do not time Alpha Will out. Snipers, do not time Alpha Will out. He a pony, but he one of the cool ponies. He don't get over, you know what I'm saying? Me and him do this on Twitter. We go back and forth in the comment section on Twitter. He's always been supportive of my channel. He always been in the comment section. Please do not time him out. Let him, if we can't have a discussion with people that don't have the same views as us, we have to learn to have those conversations, right? We gonna stump them out in the process. Don't time them out. You preventing us from stumping this man the fuck out. Mr. 7 Digital didn't already put him in the body bag. We don't want to ship the body bag off just yet. We want to continue to stump this man through the body bag. But yeah, man, I think it's this notion that everybody think that Xbox players, you know, you got some that, you know, that are collectors that have every console and keep all that shit and all that memorabilia and stuff like that. I'm not the one. I get what I can out of these systems, then I trade them in and I make these systems work for me towards my next purchase. Because I'm not rich. I don't got money like that. And I'm not in a position to spend like that, honestly. Shout out to my brother Dirk Griggity with the $5. We Bleed Green podcast. Yes, sir. One of the dopest Xbox podcasts on this motherfucking platform. Y'all make sure y'all support him. I traded my Xbox One X in and got my Xbox Series S for. Thank you, Dirk. I don't know. $40 for what? You paid $40 for a Series S, bro. I don't know what Alpha is talking about. You spent $500. I ain't spent $500 on. You spent $300. I ain't spent $300 on anything. You did that. Don't put that on me. You did that. We trade in over here. You feel me? We trade in when we get the motherfucker. When we get the call, hey, yo, GameSpot got a deal going on right now. What they doing? What for? What? We pulling up. It's about value. I got value, as much value out of the 1X as I was going to get. Trade that motherfucker in and allow somebody else to get some value out of it that came for the next generation system. And at the same time doing that, right, I get store credit towards my next system where I don't got to come out of pocket. I didn't pay $500 for the Series X. I didn't. Store credit. I'm telling you. Store credit. I'm telling you. Shout out to Jay Rembert with the $5. Traded my 1S for a Series S. Traded in the Series S for one of my. Thank you. Once you get enough value out of the system, then make that system work for your pockets. If you ain't got, and even I know people who got it like that and still do it. You know what I'm saying? I know people who got like this. Everybody in the Kratos. Kratos just bad shit. He bad everything. That's just what he do. But me, shit. you Kings, that's the new store credit. You feel me? That's what it is. Let me tell you something. You get value out of the system, right? And then you make the value of that system work for you. And I think that's the one thing we gonna miss, right? Because if GameStop goes to if GameStop no longer exists, right? That's one thing. Store credit. We're gonna miss that shit. We're gonna miss being able to go to GameStop. You better value it now, right? While you can, right? Value it now while you can. Because if GameStop ever go to where the dodo, let me tell you something. You gonna miss that store credit. That shit comes in handy. These systems are backwards compatible now. Why do I need to think? Talk that shit, Dirk. Why? Well, Dirk, we can't understand. PlayStation. They backwards compatibility shit is in question. You feel me? It ain't like they just can't pull up and put a 360 disc or PlayStation 3 disc into the to the PlayStation. It's gonna say, I don't recognize that disc. You can do that with the Xbox though. Xbox go all the way back to OG Xbox games. You might not get all of them, but you got a nice amount of OG games, 360 games, where you could put that disc in and it download that motherfucking image and you play that shit. That's why on the Xbox side, we don't have to constantly buy systems. And that's why we can afford to trade in systems, because the backwards compatibility system that Phil has put in place allow us to do that. It allow all of our content, all of our achievements, games from the OG Xbox 360 and all of that. All that shit carries over seamlessly. So I understand, Alpha, why you might have to buy multiple systems. It's okay. It's okay. It was like, get this week shit the fuck up out of here. What the fuck is this? Oh man. I don't even know. The only time I used my disk drive was when The Last of Us 2 disc, when I was loading it, saving it to the drive. Outside of that, I haven't even used my disk drive on the PlayStation 5, and that's crazy. All right, so yeah, but we're gonna move along. Let me see here. I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk about that Ratchet and Clank stuff with the SSD and all that. I know everybody is talking about it. I know. And then Call of Duty got Nicki Minaj and stuff and all that in Call of Duty and shit like that. I did try to sign up for the Payday 3 closed beta, but that shit, man, by the time I got in there, bro, it had exceeded the limit. Let me see what else I done missed, man. Y'all got to keep hearing company visual arts. Tencent out here, low key, just acquiring and investing in so many companies. Ain't nobody saying shit. Let me see here. What have rumors Chinese manufacturers? Let me see. Give me just my bad. I'm just trying to go through the news cycles of what I miss. If y'all can tell me what I'm missed, because I've been me here. Shout out to Iron Mike. Yeah, when my nose feel like start feeling like this. Gotta take some medicine because I ain't got no time to be sick right now. Shout out to Iron Mike with the $5. Shout out to Gaming Forte. But GameStop a scam. You get more value selling your stuff online yourself. Okay, hold on. Hmm? Okay. Now Iron Mike, let me do this. Now, Iron Mike, you do have a point, right? Because GameStop tried to penalize you for cash back, right? And so what I mean by that is they give you more value in store credit than they do in giving you cash back for an item that you're selling to them. And the reason why they doing that because whatever you selling to them, they want you to take that money and spend it right back. They want to keep it within their chain. So that's why you get more value in store credit than they'll give you in cash. They give you in cash back. Now I do agree with that. If you go in there and you're trying to sell something and get cash back, you're going to get less value for whatever you're trying to sell them than you would if you was just trying to get store credit alone, right? So from my perspective, it benefits me because I'm coming in saying, look, I understand the difference. I'm going to stay within a chain and get my system from you all. So I'm going to accept that store credit, that $300 in store credit because I'm gonna get my next system from here. I'm gonna buy it from here. But if I'm a person where I'm trying to get the most bang for my buck, where I'm trying to get cash back, and I want to be able to take that money and spend it wherever I want, I'm not going to GameStop selling anything to them for cash back incentives because they're gonna rape you. So you are right. It is a scam in that sense because they definitely lowball you, right? Because they force you into doing the store credit because that store credit is only redeemable at their locations, right? It's only valuable within their chain, right? But if you're someone that's looking for some serious cash back value from what you're trying to sell, you either hit eBay or you reach out to one of your friends or Facebook. You check the temperature of who's looking for what. You might put it out there or something and see what you can get from it there. If you're looking for a cashback value and you want to have the option to take that money and spend it wherever you want. But if you're somebody that's saying, "Look, I'm cool with getting my next system from GameStop," you know what I'm saying? It's cool for you to go for the store credit. But I do understand what you're saying, Mike. When it comes to getting cash back for shit, GameStop, that's more than a scam, bro. You know what I'm saying? You could just spend $500 on the system. You go there and try to get some cash back. They be like, "I'll give you $100 for that moment." I just spent $500, and you mean to tell me cash value? This motherfucker only worth $100? So I do I look I get it. I do understand what you're saying. I do understand what you're saying. Oh, we got Christopher Hart in the chat. Lord have mercy. Somebody help this brother find him a PlayStation podcast. Somebody help this brother find him a PlayStation, a home. He's a homeless PlayStation player out here that roam Xbox community to Xbox community. He hasn't found the PlayStation home yet. Please, in the arms of the angel, for just 25 cents a day. Okay, help brother Christopher Hart find his way to a PlayStation podcast in a community that wants him. He will no longer have to struggle and walk every day from Xbox community to Xbox community seeking attention. Oh man. Hold on. Let me see here. What else did I what else did I miss, y'all? I've been gone for so long. I do want to say this though. I do want to say this to all, and I mean all, of you motherfuckers who made fun of me when it comes to this whole Activision deal. Middle fingers in the air. I told you, motherfuckers. I told you. I told you. Y'all give it up, Post. It's over. It's a wrap. The deal is dead. Look where we at now. Now, I specifically, or in the words of my brother, hold on, let me stop this. I specifically, or in the words of my brother Mello, pacifically told y'all what was going to happen. If you've been following this podcast, if you've been following this show, then you would have known. I specifically said, right, that after CMA blocked, right, and the FTC did what they did, saying they was going to go against it, I still say it was a way for Microsoft to come out on top. Right? We knew the FTC didn't have a case, at least in front of a federal judge. And they didn't want to go into front of a federal judge. They wanted to keep it in-house in their court system because they wanted to string this along past the July 18th date. Right? This is specifically what I said. I said if Microsoft get the European Commission, right, whether they pass it unconditionally or they do it with concessions, that's the first step. Secondly, I said if China comes in and pass the deals the same ways, concessions or unconditionally, and they passed it unconditionally, right? That happened. So it was 2v2 because the merger agreement had 4 countries: China, United States, European Commission, and the UK. So it was 2 for 2, right? So Microsoft will have to get the FTC in front of a federal court, which they did. The FTC lost the appeal. Said if that happens, it will push the CMA into a corner. The CMA will be the only country out here that'll be against the deal, and it wouldn't look good. And by damn golly, it worked out exactly how I said it. EC came through, China came through. Microsoft pretty much tricked or forced the FTC in front of a federal judge. Won. Beat the appeal against the injunction or the emergency injunction. Beat that. Soon as that happened, the CMA came out and said, "Oh, we ready to talk now." And right now, the CMA is the only country left that is opposed to this deal. Because Australia and New Zealand, who really don't matter at this point, is only waiting for, even Turkey did it unconditionally, is only waiting for the CMA to make their decision. When the CMA make its decision, then Australia and New Zealand is going to fall right behind. And it worked out exactly how I've discussed this on this particular channel multiple times. Multiple times. Now, during this whole process, I want to say fuck all y'all. Motherfuckers pulling up in my comment section. Disrespectful as fuck. Right? Shit beyond gaming, just for reporting on this whole situation, people was vermin, pure vermin in some of the shit they left in my comment section over this merger agreement. Right. And every time it looked like this deal hit a roadblock, they was out celebrating. Right? They was out celebrating. Left fell out of the box. It's not gonna happen. This block the deal. The CMA is ironclad. You can't get around the CMA. The CMA ain't never gonna do this, never gonna do that. And everything you said the CMA wasn't gonna do or couldn't do or would not do, they have done. And so when the FTC lost the trial and the judge decided against the FTC, it was the quietest day I ever seen on the Twitter. All the people who was talking all that shit went in hiding. You didn't even see them. I was like, where all the spaces at? Because, every time this case hit a roadblock, 1,500 spaces popped up. Well, motherfuckers was having 9-hour discussions about how this deal was not going to go through. I even heard audio clippings of people specifically talking about me in the spaces. That I wasn't even in. Every time I'll post up this, post up that. I'm so glad that man, he think he know this. He think he know that. This and that and this and that. I'm not even in these spaces, and niggas was talking about me and shitting on my motherfucking name over this merger. But the minute the FTC lost that case, where was the 9-hour spaces then? Where was the 7, 3, 4, 5-hour spaces then? They were nowhere to be fucking found. Where was the disrespect and the shitting on my name then? Huh? Then they say, okay, it ain't over. Because the FTC launched an appeal for emergency injunction. And they asked the same judge who decided against them for an emergency injunction. That was denied. Then they ran to the Ninth Circuit, filed an appeal, an emergency injunction. The emergency injunction, that was denied. I don't think they pulled the appeal yet. The in-house court case has been put on pause. Now it went from all this shit talking about post, all this shit to, why you keep talking about this? What? That's all you don't play no games. This is all you talk about. Project, that was armchair lawyer. You don't know what the fuck you talking about. You just do this. You just copy and paste this. You don't know what you talking about. You're not the real deal, this and that. And some other despicable shit and disrespectful shit I don't even want to say. It was all good, though, when shit was going in y'all favor in terms of this deal not going through. I was every name in the book. I didn't even know my name was even being talked about into these spaces until a few people dropped the audio clips for me. And I ain't even respond. I ain't put the audio clips on Twitter. I ain't say nothing. I'm talking about niggas I don't even know. Niggas I don't even follow was in spaces talking about me like they know me. All because of this motherfucking merger. And now these pussies quiet as a church mouse. They ain't got nothing to say. Because every time this deal hit a roadblock, they became the lawyers that they say I was trying to be. They became the armchair lawyers then. They became, okay, yeah, the CMA gonna block it, this and this gonna happen because this and this and that, and look at the words here, and look at the sentence here. This is not gonna, aren't you doing the same thing that I'm doing, but you only doing it in favor of your stance against the deal? A motherfucking church mouse, King Middleton. On the day the FTC law, how many spaces did you see from the ponies? Because remember, you remember how many spaces this was when the CMA blocked? Agent Slugger, they was wrong about all of it. They was wrong about all of it. And now I get to talk my shit. Because I sat back quiet, taking all the disrespect. Hold on, I got to talk. Give me just a second here. I'm back. I sat back. I ain't say nothing. Even from the audio clips, I'm looking in like, who is this nigga? Post up is this and post up is that and this and that and this and that and post up. Hold on. Let me put some alcohol on the hands. I might have to slap a few bitches doing this stream. Because people said a lot of disrespectful shit about me. And I sat back and I took it all and I ain't say nothing. But now I could talk my motherfucking shit because we know this shit going through. We know it's going to get done. Right? I just unpassed the link. They was real quiet. And they quiet now. Right? And then Sony played their motherfucking hand. Right? Because now you only get access to Call of Duty for the next 10 years. So anything outside of that Activision makes can be exclusive to Xbox and PC. Nintendo played their cards right because I think Nintendo get access to other Activision games too, if I'm not mistaken. And then you got the cloud streaming services. But that's neither here or there. They were celebrating Jim Ryan as the merger disruptor. They was praising him, saying one man cannot have all this power, right? The ability to disrupt this merger and do all this and yeah. And Sony went and spent all that money. They spent money on lawyers, right? Discovery is very expensive. What I mean by discovery, when the court system and stuff is requesting certain documentations, that costs money. Discovery is very expensive. So Microsoft have probably spent more money doing this process, but Sony put spent a pretty penny doing this process only to get the same deal that they was against this whole time and then get less incentives because now you only get Call of Duty. You get no other Activision game. So if Microsoft want to make Diablo 4, Overwatch 2, even though Overwatch, you you'll keep that on every system because it's one of those games. But I'm just saying, whatever new game that they come out with, or when Microsoft finally take over and they allow these studios to start creating what they wherever these motherfucking studios come up with, is it come no. And notice you didn't hear a case by on a case by case basis this time around. You didn't hear a case by case from Field this time around. At least not yet. And wait till the deal go through and they do that town halls like they did with Bethesda. But you didn't hear a case by case this time. You heard that prior to them closing Bethesda with Phil to the extent that he was able to talk about it. But Phil, look, Phil like, nope. And I don't blame him. So to all you motherfuckers who was disrespecting me, talking shit behind my back, even my good old brother Z, yeah, yeah. Now that I know you good and you home, but I told your motherfucking ass too. Yeah, I'm gonna stomp your motherfucking legs out. You good, but you can still get your ass stumped the fuck out because you set up on your own podcast channel. You, Kratos, Buck, Big Money. Oh, hold on. I gotta hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull this up. I got another. I got another audio from Big Money. Hold on. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull this up for y'all. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see. Is this it? Let me. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull this up for y'all. Hold on. Yeah, hold on. My bad. I said what's the name? The wrong link. Hold on. Hey, I got another audio from Big Money after he found out the FTC lost their case. Hold on. Y'all gotta hear this shit. Y'all gotta hear this shit. Hold on. Hold on. I forgot. I was supposed to play it at the beginning of the show. Let me see here. Where is it? Where is it? Big Money. Okay. Hold on. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. I'm gonna play this through the mic, but I'm gonna put it in video form so y'all can hear. Let me know if y'all can hear this. Hold on.
Folks, if you think about it, bro, real talk, how the fuck $1 billion deal like that go down and you just so happen to have the judge's son? Come on, work at the place. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. You know it's some bullshit in the game, bro. It's some bullshit in the game, and you know it, bro. Ain't no motherfucking way.
Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Let me get this for y'all. Let me get this for y'all, cause this is he's so. Hold on. Let me put this together for y'all. Um. Let me see here. Let me go to more. Okay, let me do this here. And then we're gonna do this here. I'm gonna save the files. Hold on, let me get this here for y'all. Yeah. And then we gonna do where is it? And then we gonna say that. And then I'm gonna get the other one. Hold on. Hold on. You gonna do that. And then let me hold on. Let me do that here. Let me make sure. Yeah, I'm clicking on the right one. And I'm gonna say keep both, right? And then I'm also do this. Is that the one? Let me see here. Give me just hey y'all. Hey, big money funny as hell. Let me see here. Up here, then I'm gonna go here. Give me just a second, man. Let me put this together for y'all, man, because this shit is, man. This that boy went from, and look, we did a bet too. We did a motherfucking bet. Let me go here. Oh, let me go back here. Hold on. And then let me do here. Okay. What? I just unpassed it. Or what's the name? Hold on. Okay. All right. Let me see if I got this shit uploaded so y'all can hear this shit. Y'all can hear this shit clear. And just listen to the what's the name in his voice. Okay, so it did. Let me see here. What is this? This is. See here.
And then on top of that, that's why that motherfucker.
Okay, yeah, I got it. Okay. Hold on. Let me see.
If you think about it.
Hey, I need y'all. Hold on. Let me put this together for y'all because this shit. And then I responded to him too. Let me force quit that. And then let me bring up. Here we go. I responded to him too, man. And yo, this shit funny as hell. This shit funny as hell. Hold on. Just you can hear the defeat in my brother voice, man. Let me see here. Let me get that up out of here. And then we're gonna go here. And all right, let's see here. Let me do this here. I'm gonna. Oh, okay, I'll do this. Right. I'll just. I'm just gonna make this real simple. All right. So let me shorten this. All right, let me see here.
Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
All right, give me just a second, y'all. Give me just a second. Please bear with me. And then I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna take this here. Come on, bro. No, I'm gonna delete that. And then I'm gonna go back here. And, and then I'm gonna Okay, let me do this here. Let me grab this here.
And then on top of that, that's why that motherfucking
Okay, hold on. Let me see. Let me do this here. Okay, we got Pastor here. Pastor, what up?
What up, man? What up, man? It's been a while.
How's it going, man?
I'm good, my brother. I'm see you breaking legs this early night, which is good.
Oh, you know we got to.
Yeah,
You know
man.
we got to. They said we was wrong. Now they out here in pain, brother. They out here in pain.
Man, they need double strength time and all, man. Double strength time and all, man. They're
And
sick.
you know what's crazy about it though? Because
What's
now
that?
that same people who was against mergers, against consolidation and all that, are
Yeah.
now out here putting list of publishers that Sony can
Only should
buy
buy
to
it.
compete with ABK. Now it's cool to buy publishers.
These ponies are so sick. It's not even funny, man. You know, not even one of their predictions was right. Not one. Everything that they said didn't come true. J-Dub said that, Microsoft will be stopped making the Series X. Phil Spencer came in the showcase and said, here, what they're going to increase the amount of Series X that they are going to produce. They said that this deal would not have gone through. It's too big. Guess what? Microsoft came with the okey doke and they made the deal come true.
and see that's another thing that they're trying to push, right? And what's so funny, shout out to my brother J Dub. That's the homie, but he spent more time in a DM. He wasn't on Twitter, Pastor. He
Yeah,
was in a DM talking his shit.
right.
Because he knew he wasn't on Twitter. He was in bringing up all this old shit. Look, that don't
Exactly.
what? So he said in the D when the FTC lost, when they lost the injunction and all that shit,
Right.
he stayed in the DM. He wasn't on Twitter. He was in the DM.
Listen to me, full stop. Twitter was quiet. That day after the FTC loss, Twitter was quiet. You could have heard a mosquito peeing on a napkin according to Z. It was quiet. But
Man,
guess
it was
what?
super quiet.
I know they were grieving. I know they were grieving. I know they were sick. They started a petition. They wanted to stop this deal. Listen to me, this deal, first the showcase had these ponies in a bad headspace, and this deal that stopped it off. So right now they're looking for any win. They're looking for any win post up, anything they could grasp on. I don't know if that is one of your topics. You saw they talking about Sony selling 40 million consoles,
Yeah.
and that's their new argument now that Sony is selling. You know, any pony who is boasting that Sony reached 40 million consoles first, they have not looked at history, because at one point in time in the Xbox 360 era, the Xbox 360 was ahead, and didn't Sony catch up? So don't, not because you see Sony reach 40 million consoles means that it's over for Microsoft. Good games and good content, and you would see that Microsoft, not only subscription, but their consoles will start to sell at a mass volume. So don't count Microsoft out as yet because Sony reached 40 million. That's a failed argument, and you guys don't know the power of good first party games that Microsoft is looking to push. Follow?
Exactly. Look,
Yeah.
man. Look. I wish I look. The only reason I can't discuss what's in the DM because we have a thing. What's in the DM stays in the
Yeah,
DM.
yeah.
But let
Yeah.
me tell you something. J Dub, Moss, and even Chris Steele,
Right.
all them motherfuckers was in the DM crying.
Yeah.
All of them. All them motherfuckers was in the
Yeah.
DM. If I could show you some of the shit that was being said,
Yeah, man.
all of them got it wrong.
Oh, everybody, man.
Especially Mouse, he's another one. He told Post, you don't know what you're talking about. I've done this before. I've stood in front of in court cases with Fortune 500 companies. I know how nigga, you got it wrong.
Everyone got it wrong. Everyone got it wrong. All
You
those
got it
ponies wrong. Absolutely wrong.
And just because you stood in the court snitching on Fortune 500 companies, don't mean you know how this was going to play out. You ain't told me nothing, but you was just snitching. You was a snitch.
These guys think that what they did is on same level of a $70 billion deal. Come on, man. Come on. Give me a chance. 70 billion with a B, that's a B, poster. That's not a M. That's a B.
Hey,
Hey.
you know what? The pain, right?
And that's it. And that's it. Since that ABK deal went through, I saw a clear shift. I saw a clear shift. I mean, the ponies are out there a little more vigorous now because of what occurred with the ABK. But they're really grasping it. They're looking for any sort of win. Anything that comes out, they're looking for that win. Now they're hailing Mark Cerny because Ratchet and Clank is sticking with HDD hard drives. Mark Cerny and these guys said it could only be possible on the SSD from the PlayStation 5. That is what they said.
You're talking about the
Exactly. The Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah.
They are grasping that, so that they are looking to see what W they could get after the showcase and after that ABK deal was passed. But don't worry, we have right now Starfield Starfield just started to heat up, and when Starfield becomes warm, post up, you better get ready. You better get ready, man.
Yeah, they're gonna cry again. Let me tell you something. If Starfield comes out to the reception that we expect it to, and if it comes out delivering, especially in the performance area, and it doesn't have that many bugs and stuff, and it delivers like it's supposed to, I mean, people are not saying anything now, right? Because, well, Kratos is because he even had the audacity to say, what's the name will score higher. That brother be saying some. Hold on, let me fix. That brother be saying some shit.
The thing is, post right. When it is Redfall came out, they criticized Phil Spencer. They said, "Here, what he had a right. Okay, I can maybe give them that. He had a right to make sure it came out, whatever. Although he came out and said he didn't have a hand in Redfall, but being the head, he took the responsibility for the bad reviews it got and all backlash it got. Right? Phil Spencer and the Xbox team took the brunt of that bad press. Now, if Starfield comes out to a massive W, what are they going to say to? Because they were saying when Redfall came out to fire Phil, so what would they say to give Phil a raise if Redfall comes out a W? Because if Redfall comes out a W and they was keeping that narrative with Redfall, that means Phil should get the credit for Starfield.
Oh yeah, you got to give Phil the credit for Starfield. Prior to this this deal even being announced, I think what's her name said on Holland. Well, hold on, man, my damn nose is running.
Who said that? Who said what?
Todd. Remember
Right.
the interview that that Phil Spencer, Todd, and Pete Hines had they had an interview on YouTube. It's an interview with all three of them
Yeah,
are in the same interview. In there, they talked about how Microsoft was helping Bethesda redo their graphics pipeline,
right,
right? And so, and this is, and I think this was prior to the merger,
right.
right? So then they also talk about Phil and Todd say, when they need advice, they go to each other. So Microsoft was already deep in bed with Bethesda, helping them
Yeah,
with a lot of
yep,
stuff, and they was helping each other with a lot of stuff. I think even in the process of Starfield being developed, and now Microsoft comes in, put more money into Starfield, and say, hold on, hold this off for another year, make this right. We're gonna make sure we do this right because we wanted to all of that. If Starfield launches in a better situation, in a better light, in
right,
terms of gameplay and less buggy than previous Bethesda games, then Microsoft has significantly impacted Starfield if it releases the way we expect. Because most people expect it to be for it to release with bugs and issues and problems and stuff like that.
right.
Because if you go back and look at the court filings, Bethesda was going to launch this game like 2 years ago.
Correct,
It
correct.
was going
I saw
in
that.
the predicament that it was in.
Yeah,
So they didn't
yeah,
care because they known for doing that. And
yeah,
Microsoft come in and say, "Oh, nah, hold on, let
yeah.
it
And
cool."
that is kudos on Phil Spencer part to be able to say, you know what, keep this game in the cooker, let it cook some more, refine it, iron out some of those bugs, and then release it. You know, he really
Yeah,
deserves kudos for that. I mean, he should have done the same thing for Redfall, but it looked like his focus was on Starfield. And because of
yeah,
that, if Starfield is a critical success, he deserve and his team deserve the credit for it.
yeah.
Yeah.
You got to give it to him
Yep.
because, and then you hear that he said, "Look, we have every Q&A at Microsoft testing this game."
Yeah.
So they understand the significance that this title can hold. I'm talking about over the next 5 or 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Because I think this is one of those games that's going to have super legs, especially when the mod community gets to it, right?
Post up, man. Yeah, the Starfield advertisement is so insane right now. Right now, the US Congress is promoting Starfield right now. Aliens are in the air, man. Aliens are flying over. This is the best marketing scheme Microsoft came up with. You understand? Starfield has reached the Congress of the United States. You can't beat
Exactly.
it. Come on, man.
Look, man. Look. All I'm saying is this: it's going to be a lot of pain, right? I think, and shout out to Trey Bone 408 with the $2. Pony so quiet you can hear a rat piss on cotton. Look. I think this is going to be significant, and I think Starfield is going to do for Xbox what it needs to. I think once it get out, I think it's going to have incredible because I think reviewers. What is this? This is we're about to go into August.
Right.
I
So we're
think
like a month and a week away. A month and a is a month and a week. I think so.
yeah,
I think
and
it's like a
I think reviewers probably already got their hands on a build
yeah,
because you're not going to be able to review this game for how big it is and what you're able to
correct.
do. It's going to take to get a thorough review. You're going to probably need at least
Yeah,
a month ahead of this game being released. So I
yeah.
think it's people out there that probably got a hand on the build right now. Let me do this here. I think I got it. Hold on.
You saw the animation the team released the
Yeah,
three yeah.
Beautiful. And I think August is
Beautiful.
the month where they start ramping up marketing for it. Let me see here.
Yeah. So we have marketing on Starfield side. We have marketing on the US Congress side. We have marketing all over. So this game is going to be huge. Mark my words, it's going to be huge. And a matter of fact, I am living in the hottest part of Somalia, and I'm gonna buy me a physical copy, man.
You got a physical copy?
Yeah, I have Game Pass Ultimate, but I'm still going to buy a physical copy. Yeah,
The
I
what?
like to collect those physical games, man.
The what's the name sold out too?
Yeah, the collector's edition.
Yep,
Yeah,
sold out. Why is
so
this?
so they're doing well with Starfield. I mean, in addition to that, we also saw that um, Microsoft they showed some growth when it comes to games as a service. I think they grew by 1%. Um, and they said that console revenue was down. But I believe the reason why that was down is because they didn't have any major AAA games coming out. I mean, they thought Redfall would have moved the needle, but that didn't. But Starfield will definitely move the needle. I'm even hearing persons who who love Bethesda games are go purchasing a Series S and a Series X for Starfield. And a matter of
Mhm.
fact, at one point in time, didn't the Series X was sold out on Amazon?
Yeah, I got. Matter of fact, I went and checked my Amazon, right,
Right.
and it came up and said no longer in stock, temporary out of stock.
But post, I thought these ponies said that this thing was not selling. I mean, how could a console that is not selling be out of stock? Could you
Hey, look,
explain that, post?
I will say this. I will say
Mm-hmm.
this. The more people find out about Call of Duty, let me tell you something. Because word of mouth is a motherfucker,
Yeah,
and you know how the Call of Duty community is.
correct.
You know how they are. So let me see. I think I got it.
I
I'm
mean,
doing.
even the old Call of Duties, they were able to, find success on the Microsoft platform, and they were the old just because the servers came back up. I mean, that at one point in time, those games were selling like crazy because Microsoft fixed the servers. And if the old Call of Duty could do that, one could only imagine if the new Call of Duty drops on Game Pass, and they have like little bundles and thing, what it would do for the platform, you
Let
know?
me tell you. I got screenshots because I seen a conversation about this on Twitter, and somebody said in my area, he specified that in his area
Right?
that Walmart and Amazon, that Xbox Series X's were temporarily out of stock.
Look
And
at that.
what do the ponies do? They come in there and they post pictures,
Yep.
right, from their area, right? They post pictures from their area saying, "Look, it's in stock here. You lying?" Or they say, "Look, I used his zip code. It's in stock." Well, I've learned that you can go online and the online system will say, "Yeah, it's in stock." And then you go to that store and be like, "Yeah, I was just online. It said y'all had some what's the names in stock." And they be like, "No, our online system has not been updated yet. We're out
Right.
of stock in the store." Right.
Mm.
So sometimes what's reflective in retail and online are not, what I'm saying, are not in relation to each other, because sometimes the online system is not up to date with what's happening in the actual retail store, or it be late to update. So I went on in my specific city, Chicago, on Amazon, and it was two. It was the Game Pass bundle, and it was
Right.
the regular Series X that was temporarily out of stock. Now, I then went and checked third party to see where, because on Amazon sell you stuff, but you also have third party retail
Right.
that sell you stuff. And I think sometimes you got to be when you're having these conversations, the ponies will do that. They'll go on. It'll say Amazon is out of stock, but they'll go on and find the Xbox from a third party retail, and you assume it's from Amazon, but it's from the third party retail, and say, "Oh, it's in stock." No, Amazon is out of stock. You're showing a picture of a third party store that sells stuff on Amazon that shows that they probably have the system, that be probably selling it at a different price than Amazon. But the shit is selling out, and I think it's going to continue to sell out. The more people find out that those Call of Duty servers are back, they not only fixed the Call of Duty servers, they fixed all the old Gears of War servers too.
Yes, but it was so bad. The salt was so real in the streets. Did you see tweets where some ponies was asking, did they fix it on the PlayStation 5? They were asking posts, did Microsoft fix the Sony servers? But no, this is exclusive. This was only exclusive for the Xbox platform. That is why, they saw this upsurge in players.
I mean, I think the Call of Duties they wanted you hear. Look, I'm not a Call of Duty player, right?
Right.
And I don't claim to be, right?
Right.
But you see the Call of Duty and how highly they speak of Black Ops in certain old Call of Duty games, and they want the new Call of Duties to kind of replicate their film. Now they can go back. Now, if you own an Xbox, you not only have the ability to get access to any call. Well, you're going to have in the near future, you're going to have the ability. You know what? Guess what? I just thought about something.
What's that?
In the court filings with Jim Ryan, when he was asking Microsoft to hold on, let me do this here real quick. Let me add this here. When he was asking Microsoft, when he was trying to get a deal with Phil to get Call of Duty and Bethesda and all of other games, he said it's only ideal that we redo the marketing agreement that's in place.
What?
Yes. So that's what the email that he sent to Phil, where he was asking for Bethesda and other Activision games. He was like, ideally, it's only right that we redo the marketing agreement. Basically, the benefits and stuff that's in place right now for PlayStation and stuff like that, they redo that shit.
Yeah.
I wonder if this new deal that Microsoft made with Sony negates the current marketing deal that Sony has in place, and that Microsoft is able to put Call of Duty in Game Pass sooner than we all think.
When the marketing deal for Sony is up?
It's supposed to be the last Call of Duty they got is the one that's about to come out, the Modern Warfare 3.
Right.
That's the last one.
That they get a new marketing deal for.
No, Modern Warfare 3 is the last Call of Duty that they have a marketing deal with. Anything after that, they didn't get to renegotiate or anything like that. So we're probably looking at the end of 2024 going into 2025, somewhere up in there, that it's supposed to be over. But I'm thinking that marketing deal, if Microsoft promised parity, you got to think, in the court under oath, he said promise parity across Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo, but across Xbox and PlayStation. So if parity is in place, that would mean that marketing, and I'm just assuming here that marketing contract that's in place will be negated.
Right. So are you saying that after this marketing deal ends, this will be the last time that Sony would have an advantage when it comes to getting the marketing deal?
I'm saying that marketing deal probably don't even matter no more because it's probably negated by the new 10-year contract that Sony, PlayStation, and Xbox has
Okay.
done. Because
Okay.
what I'm saying is that Jim Ryan was willing to negate the current contractual obligations that's in place for their marketing. He was willing to negate all that to keep Call of Duty in Activision
But
and
that's the
Bethesda
worst deal,
games.
though.
Yeah.
Isn't that the worst deal?
Well, no. In this case, Jim Ryan was trying to strong arm Phil in that email. He was trying to tell Phil we not only want access to COD, but we want access to all Activision games, and we want access to all Bethesda games. But in that email, he was willing to negate the current contractual obligations that's under Call of Duty in terms of the marketing agreement that Sony has in place. So what I'm thinking, and I'm only assuming here, right?
Right.
That based on the new 10-year agreement for only COD, does that current marketing agreement get X'd out, right?
Yeah.
Because Phil doesn't have to honor it. They choose to honor it after they take over the companies. They choose to honor those agreements because now their company is under new ownership.
Yeah.
I don't think Phil is beholden to those contractual obligations if he doesn't want to be. But I'm assuming that we might get access to Call of Duty quicker. Well, Game Pass might get access to all the Call of Duties quicker than most people think if in the new 10-year contract agreement that the market agreement between Activision and Sony is no longer valid. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying if that agreement is no longer valid based on the new 10-year contract that they have to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation, then Call of Duty goes into Game Pass quicker and sooner than at the end of 2024 going into 25. It goes into Game Pass right after this deal is done.
Well, we'll see because I'm still trying to imagine how Jim Ryan have the gonads to even suggest that. I don't understand how it is. Microsoft have all the cards. They have all the playing cards. Why Jim Ryan think that Microsoft owe him something? It's crazy, man. This is crazy.
Hey, Pastor, hold on. I finally got it situated for y'all. Y'all remember how Big Money had all that energy? All the deal dead and this and that.
Yep.
I give y'all the aftermath after the FTC lost the deal.
Folks, if you think about it, bro, real talk, how the fuck a $1 billion deal like that go down and you just so happen to have the judge's son? Come on, work at the place. Come on, bro. You know it's some bullshit in the game, bro. It's some bullshit in the game, and you know it, bro. Ain't no motherfucking way in the world. And then, even if something like that happened, somebody would have stepped in and be like, hell no. How the fuck y'all gonna get a judge that got his son work at the motherfucking place? Hell no, bro. Bro. You know it's some bullshit in the game with that. And then on top of that, that's why that motherfucking Phil came outside smiling like cause he winked at the motherfucking judge, said, yeah, it's on. You already know what it is. Yeah, your son, but Post, you know well as I know, and Sony do the same thing. They give motherfuckers jobs where their fathers, just like that shit that's going on with Joe Biden. Joe Biden's son would have never got that motherfucking job if he wasn't motherfucking vice president and president. Come on, bro. You know what's up, bro. That shit, that's that bullshit. I ain't going for it, my nigga. Fuck that. I don't give no fuck what you say on your show. That's the fix was in, my nigga. The fix was motherfucking in. Imagine me and you, right? We going to court.
and then your motherfucking son or your father is the judge of deciding me in your case. Man, fuck out of here, man. I ain't falling for that one. Fuck it. You can say what the fuck you want, nigga. I ain't falling for that bull. That's that bullshit right there. That's not that bullshit. That bullshit. See, I said different. That bullshit right there.
The judge. I can't believe. Not you, big money. The FTC chose that district, and the FTC chose that judge. And they knew, and she said prior to this case, in the gaming suit case, that her son worked for Microsoft. But he's not in the managerial role. He doesn't financially gain from the deal, and he doesn't work in the gaming division, nowhere in the gaming division. So it had no effect. And if the FTC had an issue with it, they would have said something. But they chose that district. They chose that judge specifically, or pacifically, as my brother Mello would say. But it's cool, brother. I told your ass. I told your motherfucking ass what's going to happen. You sat up there and listened to Z-Man and on his show and stuff and all the deals did. Oh, no, brother. Oh, no. And we had a bet and you is running. You is running. It's going to be okay, though, brother. It's going to be okay. Another chronicle of big money here, brought to you by State of Gaming. Did you hear the pain in his voice?
That pain was good. Oh, it was salty. Yeah, man, it was salty and it was good.
That brother out there blaming the judge's son.
Exactly. You know something post up? Where was that same energy when it is that a reporter had to find out that someone who made a judgment in the CMA used to work at Sony? Big Money didn't have that same energy. That when the CMA blocked one of the persons responsible for voting to block the Activision Blizzard merger for the CMA used to work in Sony, and that was not declared beforehand. The judge declared that long before the case started, and now they are calling foul play. Give me a chance.
She did it in both cases. She did it in the gamer suit case. She let them know, and she did. But you understand, the FTC chose that district. They could have chose another district. They could have chose another judge. They chose that judge. And to the people in the chat, yes, he, just like other ponies who believe that she was coerced in some way by Microsoft because her son worked for them, they believe that the fix was in and that she only decided on that case in Microsoft's favor is because her son, he is dead serious. He is not playing.
He said Phil Spencer winked at the judge. He said
he said Phil Spencer was walking down the street smiling because he winked at the judge and knew the fix was.
Oh, what's going on here? What are we doing here, man?
Yo, look, let me tell you something. You can't make this shit up. And guess what? He's not the only one. Because after this, soon after that, they decided against the FTC. This the type of conversation that the ponies was having on Twitter.
Yeah.
There was questioning, and then you had other organizations was trying to bring this up as well, saying it was a conflict of interest for her to even preside over the case due to the fact that her son worked for Microsoft, but he's a low-level employee. Like I said, he's not in a managerial role. He doesn't benefit from this case financially, and he doesn't work in the gaming sector. And she made this known before the case. The FTC knew this, and they still chose her.
Yeah.
So ain't no fix. Get mad at the FTC, right? Who is a United States government agency.
A Biden appointed judge.
A Biden appointed judge.
Yeah.
Sat up there and used a lawyer that used to work for Sony that people negate, a lawyer that used to work for Sony, just like the CMA, the guy who helped make the decision to block the deal, used to work for Sony at some point. Ain't nobody have a problem with that.
No,
right?
nope. They
Ain't
don't
nobody have a
problem. No,
no problem with that, Pastor.
nope.
But they have an issue with this when she made it known that was not going to affect any of her decision. The issue is that the FTC could have went in there with a better case,
Yeah,
right? Instead of trying to defend the majority market leader.
that is why they got the case.
Their whole case was protecting Sony. Their whole argument had nothing to do with the American people, had nothing to do with the American consumer. It was about Sony. What about Sony? How does this affect Sony? If Sony don't do this and Sony don't do that, then this Sony. That's not our fault.
It's amazing how it's amazing how they defend of a foreign. I'm trying to understand how they're defending a foreign company more than a U.S. company. I mean, and another say that the U.S. company have the lead in the market share. It is the foreign company, which is Sony, have the lead in the market share. And they try to defend, they were not even defending the consumers or the gamers. They were strictly defending Sony. And that made it bad. That was a bad look on the FTC part.
A bad look. Shout out to Luis. I mean, as you say, he was also the same person behind the block of a supermarket chain because he has stock in the competitor. That's what I'm talking
about. Look at that.
And don't nobody bring this shit up.
No one is bringing this shit up. I don't know what made it. You know what made it bad on his part? He did not even let the general public know that I used to work for Sony, but that is in the past. I'm completely transparent now, and I'll be looking at this case based on the merit. He didn't say anything like that. A reporter had to find out that he worked for Sony and then revealed it to the public, and that was a bad look as well.
Yeah, look, man, look. The pain, the tears.
Oh, it's so salty, man.
This is the first stage, Pastor. Right?
See, we just reached the first stage. This is just the first stage, supposed to. That's what you said.
This is first stage, right?
All right.
This is first stage of grief.
All right.
Right, because we're still in negotiation with the CMA. Now, once we get the CMA out of the way and it passes, bruh. Okay. Let me tell you something. And let me tell you something. Social media, look, Xbox community that's in the chat right now. I'm calling all bots right now. And I'm telling you right now. Let me look in the camera. I'm telling you. You have every right to gloat.
Yeah.
You have every right to break a motherfucking pony leg.
Yeah, buddy.
To stump them out. To throw it in their face. All the shit that I'm talking you a specific bot. All the shit you've been through to get to this point.
I'll be knocking out kneecaps, man. I'm going for the kneecaps.
All the disrespect. You know what I'm saying? All the disrespect. Stump them out. You feel me? Stump them the fuck out. Because I'm telling you, right? It hasn't officially went through yet, right? It's semi-official, right? 40 other countries. The CMA is not going to be the only one. Even though they came out pumping their chest and all that, that's just to save face. They're not going to be one of the only country that stand in front of this. You know what I'm saying? So when they do, let me tell you something.
But let me ask you this, Bruce. You think Microsoft should pump the brakes now when it comes to acquiring studios?
No, and it's not over. No? Phil then already told you, Microsoft then already told you, after the Activision deal, they're not done. They're not done. Now, the only question is how soon would they go after another company?
Right. How soon? Right.
I think after this deal is done, you do the town hall. Because pretty much at this point, you already got the plan mapped out, right? You're not just acquiring Activision and then working on the plan. You had the plan mapped out prior to the acquisition.
Right.
When Phil went in that meeting with Amy, the CFO of Microsoft, and Adela and the board to convince them to make this purchase, he
Right.
had a plan on the numbers. He had a plan on the impact that Activision will have on gaming at Microsoft. Then he also had the plan for the next 5 or 10 years in terms of Activision and what it will mean to Microsoft gaming, what they're looking to do, how the numbers. He had everything in place,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So they already know what they're going to do moving forward. So you lay that out, right? You allow time for some transition, allow time for the smoke to settle. You know, the regulators, the regulatory bodies are hot right now. So you might wait
Right.
a year. You might wait a year to go after Sega.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You might wait a year. But in the meantime, in between time, you make purchases that the regulatory bodies, you go for small developers. You know, Embracer over there looking for money. You know, they didn't get that investment and it fucked up their whole plan in terms of what they was doing in terms of acquisition.
Yeah.
You have two of their studios that's working. One is working on Fable, having Playground with Fable, which is Eidos Montreal. And then
Right.
you have Crystal Dynamics that's working on Perfect, that's helping with Perfect Dark, pretty much working on Perfect Dark.
Right.
What you do is you tap them on the shoulder to say, we need these two studios. We want to buy them. We want to buy them from you in the Tomb Raider IP. So you go and get those, right?
Nobody Tomb Raider IP doesn't belong to Tencent.
No, I don't think it does. I think
Yeah.
the Tomb Raider when Embracer brought that shit from Square Enix, they brought the
Right.
IP and all that shit from Square Enix for $300 million. So what you do is you go infuse Embracer with a cash infusion by buying a couple of studios off them because they need the money right now. Because if not,
Oh. All right. All right.
they're already closing studios down, right? They brought 3 studios from Square Enix and they already closed one. The only 2 left is Eidos Montreal and Crystal Dynamics. They
I mean,
already closed. Yeah.
Tomb Raider would be a good get. Huh? Tomb Raider would be a good get.
Yeah, Tomb Raider would be an excellent get.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
if I'm Microsoft, right, I
Mm-hmm.
will put it on the regulators' radar because right after this deal would kind of where it's already doing it now, is going to shift the landscape in of mergers and acquisitions, right? It's going to shift. It's already doing it. You already see the FTC trying to institute new guidelines and stuff
Right.
specifically that was based off this merger, which I don't think is going to get a pass in Congress. So you hang on the regulatory process for a minute. You wait a year, right? And then you go and grab Sega, right? But in the meantime, in between time, you go get Crystal Dynamics and Eidos Montreal from Embracer Group or whatever other
Right.
studio you might want for them. You also look at IO Interactive because we know there's been conversations there as early as 2 years ago from what I was told, right? You go back and get a Sobo. A Sobo initially said they didn't want to be acquired because Microsoft did confront them to be acquired. Asobo said they wanted to keep their independence. You reintroduce yourself to Asobo and say, look, hey, we want to acquire. Y'all been doing great work. We got a 10-year contract on the Flying Simulator, Microsoft Flying Simulator. You got a 10-year
Right.
contract. That try to wrap them up and get them in house, and then whatever other nooks and crannies that you can get to kind of fill holes and stuff from a AAA perspective, well, a double A, between double A and triple A perspective, and then a year later in 2024,
Right.
you go after Sega. You go
Yeah.
after Sega.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
Microsoft really need help in Japan, and there are games that Sega has that are very powerful and very strong in Japan. For example, Persona. Persona is a very big game in Japan. So if they choose to go after that Japanese company, Sega, I believe that will do them good in Japan if it is exclusive. Here
Yeah,
together with the Series S.
Japan market didn't already determine that Microsoft can purchase something in their market, being that they're only 1 or 2% of the market there. They said Sony got 98% of if you're just comparing, if you're isolating Nintendo from the market like they did during this process, and you're
Right.
just looking at Sony and Microsoft, then they said PlayStation has like 98% of the market. That's
Jeez.
so market. Xbox only has a 2% market present in Japan. Yeah, go get Sega.
Yeah.
Sega didn't already sold off their pachinko business, whatever that shit is. They didn't already
Right.
unionize. They started unionized and they just purchased and got approved for a mobile division, right? So Sega is already setting themselves up, right? Because everything they've done is in line with what Microsoft. You unionize your workers, you purchased a mobile division. In terms of Japanese and JRPGs, which is another genre that Microsoft, which is one of the genres that Microsoft lacks in. You got the Western RPGs, you own first person shooters right now. You got the most popular first person shooters. You got some of the biggest Western RPGs in the world. If you get Sega, you're going to have one of the biggest JRPGs in the
Yeah.
world in
Yeah.
Persona, and you're going to have one of the best JRPG companies that develop those type of titles. Then you have a mascot in Sonic and stuff like that. So they're
Jeez.
right for the picking. And I think
Jeez.
when the Sega president said not right now, he meant that they're gonna chill and they're gonna wait and be patient till all this over and wait for Microsoft to come knocking. And when they come knocking, they're gonna already be in the right position in terms of unionization, in terms of the mobile aspect that Microsoft is trying to approach. That gives Microsoft 2 mobile developers if they get
Right.
Sega. 2 really great mobile developers, and you get man, bro. It's scary.
It is. It is
Pastor,
scary.
this
I
is
mean,
the Microsoft that we wanted. Huh?
this is in Microsoft that we needed.
This is the Microsoft. Oh, this is competition.
That
This
is what they
is
asked for.
competition. You feel
They
me?
asked for competition, man, and they're getting it. They're
And they're
getting
getting it.
competition.
And look, and let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just got to be careful what you ask for.
Correct.
You don't make, and the
Be
reason why I said
careful.
it, Pastor,
Yeah.
you don't make fun of the person that's holding the bag.
That's it.
You
That's it.
do not make fun of the person that's holding the bag.
Correct. I agree with that.
You don't, and guess what they did though? They made fun of the person that held the bag, and now that motherfucker opened that bag up, and now they say, "Well, what, we mean you to compete. We want you to do what Sony do. We want you to compete on Sony level. Yeah, we want you $1 trillion company to act and compete like $1 billion company. So it could be all in. It could be all competitive, and it could be even. Because we can't spend above a certain threshold. No, y'all asked for this shit.
Yeah.
Y'all made this company done about to be at a $3 trillion market cap, and y'all okay. And then Sony, you played in your ass, Sony. You played in your ass. You woke up a sleeping giant.
Yeah.
You poked the bear, whatever you want to call it. Your disingenuous moves, right? Your thirst.
Sony kept doing what they accustomed doing, which is blocking those third-party deals from coming on Microsoft.
And that's what I'm saying. Your thirst to try to wipe Xbox out made this possible.
Wasn't there a court filing that said that is what Sony wanted to do? Wipe Microsoft out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was obvious to anyone that was paying attention, especially in Xbox One era. They tried to in-house. And the reason why I say that is because you had $1. If I'm the competition, and I know you just got a CEO here, and
Right.
I know Sony know about $1 in the background. They do their research. They had their people do their research on on people and stuff like that. They know what kind of CEO the dollar is. They know. And so when you in a time in a perspective when the dollar is not don't have an understanding of gaming and shit really was at a point where he believed more in Mixer than he did in gaming.
Yeah.
Right? He believed more in Mixer than he did in gaming. And look what happened to Mixer and look where they are in gaming. But when you're at a point where a CEO is kind of skeptical of a department or specific departments within the company and asking them, why should I keep you? You need to prove yourself. You need to show me that you belong here. PlayStation was in a position to make it hard for Phil to do that. And they tried and they did their best to try to help Nadalia make that decision of getting rid of Xbox.
You're supposed to think that guy, Aaron Poloman, have a question.
I got it. He say, with the $2, thanks, Aaron. Question for Pastor. Is GTA 6 an Xbox exclusive?
What kind of question is that?
I don't know.
I don't understand what's going on. Is this a test to see if I'm a gamer? GTA 6 is a multi-plat, man. It's not exclusive to any platform. It's a multi-plat. Now we don't know. We don't know if it is. They might be purchased, but as it stands today, right now, Rockstar and they are multi-plats.
Look, I would say this. GTA is going to be multi-plat.
Yeah.
And if Take-Two get purchased, it won't be by Microsoft or Sony.
Right.
Or Nintendo for that matter, I don't think so. If
definitely not Nintendo.
If Take-Two get purchased, it'll be by outside entity, another company. GTA is an essential input.
Yeah.
It's an essential input. It has the ability to shift a whole fan base.
Yep.
It has the ability
it's too powerful, man. It's too powerful.
COD is what it is. GTA is in a motherfucking realm of its own up there with Minecraft.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So, and I think for people that laugh at Minecraft, I think Minecraft have the ability to shift a fan base too, based on how popular it is. You have people who make mods in Minecraft, who sell shit in Minecraft that makes money off that shit. So, if Microsoft was to make that exclusive, I think that'll shift too. So, I think if it do, Toonami, you got to look at the Apples of the world or the Amazons and stuff like that. They will be able to buy those companies without any regulatory pushback. You know what I'm saying? I think if Microsoft, given that they own Bethesda and Activision, I think the regulators are going to keep an eye on them.
Yeah.
In terms of public, that's why I think they chill and give it a year and see how the landscape shape out towards of the regulatory process, as well. See if Lena Khan's still going to be there since we're about to be in an election year, and then I think if I would say this: if the Republicans get put in power again, you go after Sega. I would say this: if the Republicans get the office back, if the look, I'm not bringing politics in this, but I'm telling you, if the Republicans get the office again, you go out there Sega immediately because you know you ain't gonna get no pushback. They're gonna get Lena Khan ass up out of there. They're gonna put a Republican there to run that organization, and you know that Republican gonna be saying, "Go ahead," and that motherfucking Republican's gonna be like, "Go and get that shit." That's what happened when doing the deal with T-Mobile and them. T-Mobile brought Sprint, Disney brought Fox, and all that was on the Republicans' watch. They let all that shit.
Exactly.
Yeah, they let all that shit go. So if the Republicans get in office again, you go get Sega immediately because you know they ain't gonna say shit.
You think, because there were rumors not too long ago where the CEO of Disney was looking to sell Disney, right? I don't know how true that was, But you think it will be overboard if Microsoft steps into that arena with Disney? You think that will be overkill?
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah, yeah,
Microsoft.
yeah, 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 yeah. I think
I
that
don't.
would be, that would be crazy
I
because I
don't.
mean,
You
if
talking
I
about actually purchasing Disney?
yeah,
No, I don't. I don't think. I don't think so. I
you
don't
can't
think.
don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think.
Yeah, I think that'll be overboard.
I think. I don't think that's in
I
terms
don't
of.
think they will allow that merger to happen. That
Yeah.
one will definitely get blocked.
No. No. It'll be a vertical because it'll be a vertical merger. I think if they I think the only thing they probably be asked to divest will probably be the gaming portion of Disney.
Right,
If that, other than that, it wouldn't be horizontal; it would be vertical because Microsoft doesn't have any movie studios or anything in a TV or production. They don't
right,
have none of that. So it will be to me. I think that would be a vertical. I think that'd be a vertical merger. I think the only thing regulators probably will do is have them divest the gaming portion, even if that,
right,
but Disney gaming portion is not that big, so they might not have to divest that. It's just Microsoft is in the software and services business.
right.
I don't think they want to get into the movie business or anything, and if they do, it'll be if Microsoft get into that whole business with Disney, they'll probably move everything to the streaming service.
Yeah,
I see no more movies, Disney movies in theaters or anything like that. If you want to see it, sign up to Disney Game Pass Plus.
yeah,
There's all one subscription where you get Game Pass Ultimate, Disney Plus, and all that shit from one premium.
yeah.
But yeah, Toonami, Disney have a very small gaming portion. That's why I say if that, but that's probably the only thing that I would think they would need to divest if that. But I don't see Microsoft going after Disney.
I think the strongest part in Disney is their IPs. Their IPs is what is strong.
Yeah,
Then
and
Spider-Man will be Microsoft phone.
it would be a move though to that'd be a total fuck you to Sony.
Wow, that's
So
what these ponies will be
they will,
running out of the streets
bro,
crazy.
they own they own Marvel. Let me tell you something. If they look, even if this is entertained, right? Just say hypothetically, right?
Right.
They will purchase Disney. They will own Marvel. They
Mm-hmm.
will now be able to force Sony to bring Spider-Man.
That would be crazy. Come on, man. These ponies
yo,
would need a hotline.
yo,
They would need a hotline.
they will MLB their ass. They will MLB look. That will be if that was to happen. That will be a total middle finger and a master class chess move if they was to do that. You know what I'm
No, they
saying?
wouldn't do that, man. That is. Too, I don't think they would allow that. It's too big. Disney's too big for
No,
their to allow.
they allow it. They allow it because Microsoft is not a competitor in the movie industry. They're not a competitor. There'll be a new entrant, a new entrant into that sector, and that's why I
Yeah,
said it's vertical, not horizontal. They haven't they don't have any movies now. If Sony was trying to buy Disney, it'd probably be some issues there. You know what I'm saying? But
right. Because Tony in the movie. Okay, understood.
yeah,
Understood.
it is.
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't think it'll be well. I don't really know how all this go. I'm still learning, but I think if Microsoft was to try to buy them, I don't think it would be. I don't think it'll be an issue.
The issue.
I
For
don't. I
my
don't
part,
think.
in my opinion, post, I honestly think Microsoft should hold up a bit in acquiring studios. And I would go as far even to say that Microsoft should not even do anything with Activision Blizzard titles for this year only. I believe they should allow Starfield and Forza Motorsport to have some breathing room Give Starfield its time to shine. Give Starfield a month or two. Let Starfield shine to the brightest it could shine, and then give Forza a month or two. Let Forza Motorsport shine, and then when things start to die down a little bit in 2024, the beginning of 2024, then now you could implement some of the games from Activision Blizzard just to keep the fans active, just to keep the you know the the
Passing.
talk, you know.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got. You strike while the fire's hot. You got pressure. You continue. You
Yeah,
continue to apply pressure. If this deal closes,
right,
Activision. Well, when this deal closes, not if, but when this deal closes, right?
right,
It's gonna close prior to the next Call of Duty coming out. That means whatever success and revenue that Call of Duty, that this new one is about to generate anything, or all of that is for to become Xbox success, Microsoft success, right?
right,
All of that is going to be contributed to the game division and Microsoft. So it's going to start helping the numbers in terms of the financial aspect off back. So you keep that coming. So the new Call of Duty come out. Starfield is going to be out.
right.
Forza going Forza. That's a racing genre. Just imagine this. Remember what I said earlier that that the marketing contract for Sony, it's a possibility that contract was negated. Think
Right.
about this. Think
Mhm.
about this. You have Forza in October, right?
Right.
Starfield in September, right?
Right.
You going Call of Duty gonna come out between September and November, right?
Call of Duty coming out September.
I'm just saying it's a chance it might come out September or November, right?
Right, right, right.
Possibly November in time for the holiday, right? Think
Right.
about this. Forza Motorsport, Starfield,
Right.
Call of Duty, day and
Okay,
date.
yeah.
If the marketing agreement is no longer in place. So I'm only making this assumption based off assuming that the marketing agreement was negated. I could be
Right.
wrong. But hypothetically, the holiday for Xbox can be Forza, Starfield, and Call of Duty in Game Pass.
That's a strong holiday, man.
What?
That's a strong holiday.
Bruh.
To be
Because
honest, I don't
if I'm
think
Phil, Pastor, if I'm Phil, right, and Jim tried to strong arm me into getting Bethesda and all them I feel the strong arm. You want this motherfucking 10-year contract?
Yeah.
We in motherfucking marketing agreement.
Yeah.
Clear that marketing agreement.
Yeah.
It's a wrap
End it.
for
End it. Yeah. End it.
end it. You was willing to end it if we gave you the Bethesda and Activision titles anyway.
Right.
You said
But
it was best in both parties that current marketing agreement was to be voided, so that parity and all that stuff exists across. To make sure parity exists across both platforms. If that's the case, yeah, void that motherfucker. And I got a feeling, Pass. I got a feeling. And I could be wrong. But I got a feeling that market agreement is no longer valid.
right.
That motherfucker's off the table. And as soon as this shit
No, well,
cleared, that Microsoft will be able to put Call of Duty games in Game Pass.
I don't think here why I don't think so, right? Because when you look at this deal true and true, Sony got a worse deal. There's no way to spin it, right? They got a worse deal. I don't think they will get a worse deal and lose the marketing for Call of Duty. I don't think. I mean, who is negotiating for these guys? A potato? If it is that they lose the marketing deal and they did not secure how it name the rest of Activision deals, games, sorry, this would be a bad look for Sony negotiating skills, because I don't understand that.
You know why it's bad? You know why it's bad?
Why is that?
Because the initial 3-year deal, right, was to 2027. Right?
Right.
It included COD and all Activision games. Then Jim Ryan said that was inadequate. So Phil extended it to 10 years, right?
Right.
He went 3, 5. Then he took it to 10 years. And that 10-year included COD and all Activision games, right?
Right.
And Jim Ryan turned that down. He should have took this shit, right? But he didn't. And since he didn't, and Microsoft won, right? In one of these cases, they just got to get the CMA out of the way. Now he gets Call of Duty for 10 years and no other Activision games.
Yeah.
Just Call
Yeah.
of Duty.
I mean, they made it a point. I think one of Microsoft spokesperson, her name is Lopez. She made sure and said that this is just for Call of Duty. Why would Microsoft marketing team stress that only for Call of Duty? It's because they have plans of holding back some of these games as exclusives. And that's a bad look. Sony should have never played into Microsoft hands like that. Where it is, they offered you a deal, a good deal, because as Activision said, if Microsoft did not acquire them, they would have never offered Sony a 10-year deal. Never. That's unheard of, right? A deal for a decade, and they refused that. But Microsoft sweetened the pot, as you said. They offered not only Call of Duty, but Activision games. And they turned that down. For what? That was a stupid move. I mean, Jim, come on, man. Who's negotiating for you guys?
I don't want your deal. I just want to block your merger. Remember?
Yeah. That's pride. That's pride, full stop. That's pride.
And I think things ramp up now from here, right? Because now you got the resources of Microsoft behind Activision, Blizzard King, right? Then you got all that money coming in from Candy Crush, Call of Duty. So now, as a gaming environment at Microsoft, you're kind of in a self-sustainable ecosystem now.
Correct.
In terms of finances. Correct. And then the subscribers that's going to bring the Game Pass, that's going to increase, right?
Yeah.
So Game Pass is really, really going to start paying for itself and sustaining itself even more based on what what Activision Blizzard King brings. So now you're in a position to ramp up. So people assuming that you only get Diablo every 10 years or everything. I think you're going to start seeing these games more frequent. I don't think we're going to have to wait another 10 years to see a Diablo 5 or something like that.
Yeah.
He already said that going to take Call of Duty to like every 2-year approach. Then he said he's going to take all the developers at Activision, and allow them to create games that they want to create and make and stuff like that. So you ramp up, and that's why I say you don't take a pause, right? Because you need to feed the machine that is Game Pass, right?
Right.
Because now you're in a position to say, look, and the reason why you need these studios and these publishers specifically is that third party companies that we found out doing this trial is leveraging Sony market share against Microsoft. So Microsoft have to pay extra for time exclusives or exclusive content that comes into Game Pass or that's exclusive to Xbox, period. They have to pay extra. When you have 34, close to 40 studios, and stuff like that, then you're liable to say, okay, we don't have to lean on third party as much. We don't need to go out for third party exclusives.
Because we have our own. Because we have
our own in-house.
Mm-hmm.
We pretty much got Western RPGs. If we get Sega, we can create incredible JRPGs with Sega and stuff. We got the first party shooter genre on lock. We don't care about sports. We'll leave that up to EA and 2K and Take-Two to do those things. But in terms of FPS, Western RPGs, and JRPGs, we have a pretty good, strong, foundation. So we don't have to lean on third party and pay them for exclusive content. Maybe we pay them to put their games into Game Pass, but we don't need to pay as much out. So now we're in a position where we can kind of leverage our power now to third parties. Not to say that we don't need third party, but give us now Microsoft in a position to say, give us a reason why we should, you know,
Should accept
pay
this in
you
the Game
for
Pass.
exclusive. Pay you for an exclusive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. I know you're correct. I understand what you're saying, but I mean, man, it's a lot. That's a lot. Post right now. Starfield is a full course meal. 7 courses is Starfield. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, Game Pass. The monster that is Game Pass is eating good with Starfield already. So I mean, I am seeing the future is crazy for Microsoft. Next year we should have some good titles. Hellblade. What else was announced for next year? Avowed. What else? It have some strong titles coming out for next year that I know. Microsoft has just begun. I mean, this year was the make or break year. I mean, they did it. They had one falter. They had good momentum with Hi-Fi Rush. That momentum dipped with Redfall, but right now the momentum is through the roof with Starfield, and it's just to carry that over to Forza Motorsport into next year. Keep that momentum going. You understand?
Yeah. Yeah, and I think the mobile, what they're trying to do in mobile, and they're trying to get in there as soon as possible. Because if you look at, let me show you something that, and this is why this is important. Let me pull this up on screen. Let me show you why Activision is important. Let me show you why, the mobile sector is important,
Right.
and the finances that the Activision is going to help the gaming division with. Look at this. Quick comment about Xbox console production. The FTC versus Microsoft case revealed a ton of info about Microsoft and Xbox, including how they view hardware. CFO Amy Hood said in her declaration testimony that lower profit margins impact the entirety of the Xbox business. Lower than expected margins led to layoffs, scaling of operations, and even hardware production. Xbox consoles are produced and sold at a loss. If Xbox is unable to maintain a certain level of profitability, then it has to cut costs. One of the ways it can cut costs is by ordering, producing, manufacturing, and shipping fewer Xbox consoles, right? So this is all in relations, right? Because if you're not selling as many consoles and you're taking a loss or whatever consoles that you're buying, and then you also the gaming sector is from a finance standpoint, it's not producing at the level that they want. We got to be honest, Xbox community, the finances and in Xbox is not they're hitting, but it's not hitting to the levels that this Amy Hood is, and we heard about her. She do not
Right.
play any motherfucking game. She want to see results. She want to see profits. And I think Activision, with the money that they make off COD and other games, the Diablo 4, World of Warcraft, you got Candy Crush and all of that. I think that's going to help the profit margins. I don't know how big of an impact or how big of a difference is going to show us when all of this take place, but I think this is going to be a start, and this is why you don't relax, Pastor. This is why you don't be content and say wait or hold off. You get them in there, and you start seeing hopefully you start seeing the results as soon as possible. So all of this is in correlations to each other, because now once you do that and you get more subscribers into Game Pass, the more subscribers that you get in Game Pass increase the amount of money you can make residually or monthly in this case, and even yearly, and then that can help kind of cover the cost of the losses that you're making on the hardware. You feel me? So
Yeah.
That's you know what I'm saying. It'll
But
help cover the cost.
behind the scenes, I'm seeing Microsoft setting up something. I mean, they are setting up something for a very good quarter going forward, because if you notice posts that they will have changed the Game Pass model. No, it's no longer games with gold. So all
Yeah,
those customers from that would be merging into Game Pass, because technically they would be Game Pass subscribers. I mean, they would be part of Game Pass core, but how that is structured, it is structured in a way that they are motivating or giving gold members incentive to go to Game Pass Ultimate, to try out Game Pass Ultimate. So I am seeing that it would have a great increase when it comes to Game Pass subscribers, because they're moving over those from gold and implementing it, just like what Sony did. And I know it had some ponies saying, they're doing that to grow the Game Pass numbers, but Sony did the exact same thing, right? Um,
yeah.
in addition to that, they raised the prices for Game Pass to, let's say, $1 or $2. So when it is you look at all of that put together, what Activision bringing in King and
Wait,
so
wait, wait.
forth.
Wait, hold
Go
on,
ahead.
Bass.
Mhm.
So let me get this straight.
Yeah,
As of 2021,
Mhm.
around January 2021, is when it was announced that Xbox Live has surpassed 100 million active monthly users. Right.
right,
All right. We don't know how many of those 100 million are paid. Right.
right.
So we got it. Hold on. Because I'm trying to see.
Yeah, yeah.
Is it
Hmm.
are they just say even for instance, if there's 50 million or 60 million or 70 million monthly paid subscribers of Xbox Live Gold.
Yeah. Hmm.
That's not a far stretch, because I think PlayStation Plus had like 47 million paid subscribers, somewhere up in there,
Yeah.
right?
Hmm.
So that's not a stretch, right? So therefore, to get converted to Game Pass, that's
Yeah,
already
buddy.
by itself has 25 million.
Yeah, buddy.
So you mean to tell me that it's a
Mhm.
possibility,
Yep.
right,
Hmm.
that Game Pass could have anywhere from
Hmm. It's here.
85
It's here.
to
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah. And I mean that would
I
look.
didn't even I didn't even think so. They're
Yeah.
converting.
Yeah. They
They're
they
doing
they're
this.
setting it up. They're setting it up. They're setting up for a very good quarter going forward. So when they drop those
Wait,
numbers to the investors, and they
so
drop it to,
now
yeah,
go ahead, my
mhm,
bad. Go ahead, my bad. Go ahead. Go ahead. Talk your
and they
shit, my
drop
bad.
it to Satya Nadella, they would see that, Activision Blizzard bringing in money, Game Pass bringing in money, because they increase the prices, the subscriber count increase. Now Starfield would also increase subscribers. So you are saying 25 million now. I guarantee you that will be going at least passing 30, going up to 40 million subscribers after Starfield, both from PC and console, right? So the subscribers for Game Pass in the next quarter, we are looking for big numbers. We are looking for big numbers.
Yo,
You understand?
hey, hey, hold on. So you mean to tell me from here on out, right? They can it's no longer it's saying okay, Game Pass now has over 100 million monthly active users, right?
Yeah, buddy.
And then if you're converting those Xbox Live Gold pairs to Game Pass pair, even though it's a different tier, they still within that ecosystem.
This is
Who
a
so you
new Xbox. This is a
you
new Xbox post.
you
Think about it. Look at the dashboard. Look at the dashboard we are getting. Everything is getting an overhaul. Everything is changing. We're seeing the different moves they're making acquisition, big title. Come on, post. This is a rebirth. This is a phoenix rising from the ashes.
J Django 6. That's what I'm saying. It's post up. You can even go as low as half, and still get close to over 75 to 80 million paid game pass. And that's what I'm talking about. But I'm also on the same page as Pastor, because I'm thinking about the over 200 or 300 million monthly active users that Activision is about to bring to the table.
Woo!
And then how many of those, even
I didn't think about that. I didn't think about that.
Even and let's be real, so some of those money active users is combining Xbox players, PlayStation player, PC players, and stuff like that. But the ones that's in the PC and the Xbox ecosystem, how do you convert them to game? Ooh, yo, hey, look, it's ugly out here.
No, you could see Microsoft is setting up for a very good quarter, and all that would be fueled by good games, starting with Starfield. When Starfield drop, Forza Motorsport drop, when all those games from Activision Blizzard drop, can't you see an increase? Come on, man, Postman, come on.
It's gonna be an increase.
Of course it's going to be an increase, right? And guess what? That increase would fuel profits, which would make Satya Nadella and all the chairman happy for the gaming department.
Yo, this is crazy.
Yeah.
This is
so which of course, and how we would benefit post is that Microsoft will now have more money to spend on games, to develop games, and keep bringing new titles to the Xbox audience. So we would win. It's not that we are just capping for a corporate company. We would win in the sense that we will be getting something out of it, which is good games coming to the Xbox platform.
Exactly. And then you consolidate, right? Because that's basically what you can do. You're taking your Xbox Live ecosystem that's pretty much ushered this in. And salute to Xbox Live, because you did a wonderful job. From Xbox Live to Xbox Live Arcade, you set precedents across the console industry. I won't say PC, because PC had online gaming and was doing a lot of this shit before consoles. But in terms of the standardization, in terms of setting the precedent of doing online multiplayer right, you laid the groundwork and the footprint for that. You helped lay that groundwork in the footprint. So Xbox Live will be ever etched into the gaming history as something Microsoft did and came into the industry that kind of transformed. But what I'm thinking though now is that now you consolidate those numbers, right? So everything that Xbox Live is become Game Pass. So all of that user data is no longer separated, right? It's consolidated in one. The numbers looks better to the board members now, right?
Correct.
Because now you can say as Game Pass, we have over 100 million active users. We have at least 75 to 85 million paid subscribers.
And they're getting more money now because Game Pass increased by $1
$2, right? Right. And so you got, hold on, let me see. Just I'm gonna do a hypothetical, right? Hold on. I need to do a hypothetical, right? And this I gotta do a Noah, right? Just let me see here. What is this? Where is it?
The point is, these ponies were wrong. They were dead wrong on all fronts. They were saying that Game Pass was dead. They were saying that Microsoft consoles was dead, and they don't have foresight. They don't have a vision. They have not been seeing that Microsoft have been laying the foundation to come back to hit Sony the okie doke. They are not seeing it post up. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on, let me do something else. So that's basically $17.
Yes. So what? Are you talking about Ultimate? Ultimate now is what, 17?
Yeah, basically.
right? The games will go stay in the same, so that's $10, and the Game Pass vanilla is going up to $11. So we have three
So
SKUs,
even
10,
if you
11,
had
and something.
even
Hmm.
if you had 75 million people paying $10 a month, that's like
Right?
750 million a month,
Yeah.
right? And I think at 17, you're looking at somewhere
No, but
between probably
that'll be difficult to calculate post because there are some persons who buy the year, and I think the year is like 60 US. The year Game Pass score would be 60 US, right?
yeah.
So I think that'll be
No, I'm
difficult
just
to
saying. It's just hypothetical. Yeah,
right.
it'll be difficult, but I'm just throwing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. There's no way Microsoft will not be making a profit when we consider all those factors. ABK, the raise of the how Game Pass were increased, the additional subscriber count. In addition to that, because of the model that Microsoft made, they are pushing persons to Ultimate. So some persons who are on Xbox Live Core today would be motivated because remember they are getting 10 games as a sample to let them to see that here what this is what Game Pass is about. You get all these games every day, every week for free at your leisure. So there are some persons who will convert from the old uh, Xbox Live to Game Pass Ultimate. So when it is you consider all those variables post, there is no doubt the next quarter Microsoft is looking to see would have a major increase.
Hey, Pastor,
Yeah,
it's ugly out here, bro.
yeah, it's ugly, man. It's it's ugly.
You gotta if you take off. It's no wonder why the haters put on these hater shades because they don't want
Yeah,
to see what we
they don't want to
see.
see it. They don't want to see it, man. They're blinded.
This shit is this shit is about to get ugly.
It is. It is about to get ugly. It's
And
going to get
then
ugly.
you see the jam-packed year that 2024 is. You
Yeah.
see Starfield for to come out, Forza. Like I said, if that marketing agreement is invalid and Game Pass goes in and Call of Duty start going to the Game
That would
Pass
be too
right after
big,
this
man.
deal is
That'll be too
over,
big. Yeah, that'll be too
it's
big.
gonna be
Huge.
fucking insane.
Yep.
And then you look at the year, and then you just got to think in terms of the
And
relief, the relief that this is going to put on games like Gears and Halo, right?
and think about it.
Because
Think
they
about
no
it.
longer have to deal with the pressure of trying to carry Xbox.
Correct.
Halo can take a back seat and they can take time to get that
Correct.
shit right, right?
Correct. Correct.
The spotlight is going to be off Master Chief for a while.
Yep.
And then even Gears, in terms of the coalition, they'll be able to pretty much go under the radar and cook like
Cook.
they need to be, like
Yeah.
they need to do. And it also take pressure off the State of Decay, Perfect Dark, all of these other
A lot.
games
A
that
lot.
have been
A lot.
pushed to the forefront
Yeah.
because we've been looking for IPs. But when this, oh man, this shit is incredible, bro.
But and you know what is ironic about that? For years, we know the police have been saying Gears, Forza, and Halo. You could believe this year I've been seeing guys begging for Gears. There are guys right now on Twitter begging Xbox, Microsoft, where is Gears? Right? So if Halo takes a backseat, Gears takes a backseat, and these games go a little dormant for now and let the other games shine. When those games finally get announced, when those games finally be released, we could imagine the pandemonium that would happen. Because they have been dormant for so long, right? They have been cooking for so long, we could just imagine
So long.
what would be happening, right? So things are looking up, post. Things are looking up. And that is why I chose to bet on the green box and not the
As
raw
you should,
force, which is
as you
the pony.
should, brother.
You understand what I'm saying?
Don't let them tell you no different.
Yeah, buddy.
Tell you no different, brother. Let
Yeah,
me tell you
yeah,
something.
buddy.
Green stands for go. You feel me? Go. You know what I'm saying?
Go, man, go.
They go to Discord link, man. If you're not, we're trying to get the Discord numbers up. We're trying to get people more active in the Discord. I'm also trying to mod some people in the Discord so I can get some people in there to
Yeah, man.
set
Join
this
the
shit
code,
up.
man.
I want to take the time out to set up Discord or learn how to set up Discord, but I don't have the time right now. So if anybody know how to get Discord set up and get that shit popping, just let me know, man. I give you I'll mod you and let you do what you need to do to
Yeah, buddy.
get all the bots and all that shit set up and all that shit set up. But yeah, man, it's crazy. It's
Mhm.
crazy. Now that you see you get the picture, the visual picture is very clear right now. And I didn't realize that when I was looking at the Game Pass thing today when I was talking about the deal and how it's set up to force you into ultimate. But yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, buddy. And now they finna consolidate Xbox Live into Game Pass, which is going to help with the numbers, which is I think it's going to convert a lot of people from Xbox Live over to Game Pass in the upper tiers and things like that. So you get those numbers. You get Activision and Call of Duty games into Game Pass like Diablo 4. You get that into Game Pass, console and PC Game Pass. Oh my mother! Well, you know how many people gonna come running once they find out Diablo 4 is in
Yeah,
Game Pass on PC. I know
and,
people didn't think, and Microsoft just need to fix the
and
download and
that
stuff.
is what Jim Ryan and Tony was afraid of. That is what they were afraid of. They did not want that to happen. That is why the lawyer for the FTC was trying to get Phil to say under oath that Call of Duty won't be coming to Game Pass, and some
Mhm.
of those other games won't be coming to Game Pass because they are afraid. They are totally afraid of these games. Value for the customer. Value for the customer. That is what Game Pass is about, and no one could deny that, right?
Man, it is. Look, I did not know. I tweaked and I didn't even bring that up earlier, but thanks to Pass in the chat for letting me understand that all Xbox Live Gold users are about to be converted to Game
Yeah,
Pass.
yeah.
That's dude, that's ugly, bro. Like,
What could the pony say now?
bro, and you can't get mad at that because Sony
Sony did the
just
same thing.
they did the same thing.
They did the same thing.
And shout out to Michael Pachter because Michael Pachter said years ago
Yeah.
that PS Now wouldn't hit 1 million users, and it didn't. It stayed at 700,000 for years. It
Yeah.
stayed at 700,000 for years, and it didn't spike into 1 million until they put God of War in the service. They started putting a few of their first party games in the service. That's when it went over 1 million. But Michael Pachter was
Yeah. But back
Michael
on the
Pachter was
money.
yeah, he was on the money, bro.
He was on the money. He was on the money. Although they call that guy an imitation lawyer, they call him a husband, they call him a homeless guy, all sorts of things they call Michael Pachter. But everything he said came true. Everything. Hey, that is why I am convinced. I tired tell those ponies, who should I listen to? Some guys on the internet or real lawyers? And this is what Pachter did. Pachter, he understood what would have happened, and that is why he could have said confidently that here what this dealer is going through, no matter what.
Yeah.
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 But
Man.
man, I think I'm calling it a night, man. I'm seeing it's 107. Thanks for the invite.
Yeah, I'm about to call it a night too.
Yeah,
Let
man.
me see.
Thanks for the invite. Guys, if it is you have not yet, please subscribe to my channel, Island Gaming with Jay.
Oh, yeah.
Gi-
Promote
yeah,
your stuff.
yeah, man. Give me a subscription, man. Yeah.
Yes, support bro. Bro got a great channel, very positive Xbox channel. And he be bodying these ponies, man. Hey, he be bodying ponies, so he gone, man. So yeah, get him support his channel, man. Let me do this here. And mods. Let me see here. Numbers. Yeah, go ahead and promote your channel, Pastor.
Yeah, man. So we do good Xbox content. I have a video coming out just now. This video would be something like a win for Starfield is a win for Xbox. Something like that. I'll name it. So yeah, give me a sub. Let me see if I can shoot my channel. Let me see if I can do this. Oh, you do this thing, man.
All right, I took care of you, Greg Wizard. I took care of you, bro. You should now be good in the Discord.
Yeah, buddy. Let me see if I could share the link to the channel in the chat. Yeah, I think I have it here. Let me share that link. Boom. Boom. I don't know if it would. Right. So I shared the link to the channel in the chat. So, Postman, this was a good show. Thanks for the invite, man.
Yes, sir, man. I just wanted to. I know I've been MIA, but I've been taking care of some family stuff. But we're gonna get back to it. State of Game. We're gonna get back to it.
Yeah, man.
Try to
right
get
now,
back on here tomorrow.
Right now, these ponies' legs are begging to be broken, man. It's begging. It's practically saying, break us in two. Yeah, buddy.
Man, but we're gonna get up out of here, man. Y'all have a good night.
Good show.
I'm gonna try to get back here tomorrow. I'm gonna try to get back in here tomorrow. Shout out to Big Money for the entertainment.
Oh yeah, big money.
Shout out to Big Money for the entertainment, man. And y'all have a good one. Peace. See y'all. I'm gonna try to go live again tomorrow. Have Big Money and Noah and the whole crew back. But y'all have a good one. Love.
It's a few people probably praying on my downfall. Good on my own, I don't wanna be around y'all. I'm impatiently waiting so I can sound off. Drawing from the hip so I can get this fucking round.
I done walked in monster small, still tall against the giants. I ain't never been compliant, I promise I'm too defiant. I ain't never crossed my niggas, ain't never turned my back, but been unfaithful to my chick. Where's the integrity in that? My bank account been overdrafted, the struggle's upon us. That's the type of shit that lead niggas right back to the corners. I'm like a walking contradiction, said fam to the ops. They check the bag off the same thing that damaged my pops. I watched the churches spread lies and forcing blind allegiance. Been that piece of 2010 when I stopped worshiping Jesus. Still confined, left in the lurch, depression was lurking. My tactics changed. I swear that old one just wasn't working. Man, you fuck niggas be tweaking like they really be on it. Like I won't give you the whole stick and see my PO in the morning. I ain't monogamous with hoes. I keep a bed full, flying off of 2 Zans and 2 cans of Red Bull.
It's a few people probably praying on my downfall. Good on my own, I don't wanna be around y'all. I'm impatiently waiting so I can sound off. Drawing from the hip so I can get this fucking
I keep it on
off.
me at all times. Ain't afraid to burn them. Run up on him in traffic and put a couple in the sternum. Certified. You other niggas happy with fables.
Every time I come in the kitchen,
I'm in the kitchen bumping dope, man, with crack on the table. I can feel the vibes, only hating niggas to knock it. Hit the block with a snub stuff deep in my front pocket. Off of no goals, you can tell them lame niggas quit fronting. I've been up for 2 days, thinking I'ma miss something. Phone doing stupid numbers. I'm in the right venue, fucking hoes, counting cash, living off the dollar menu. My trip keep me live, the sauce keep me living, hustle keep me paid, allegations kept me in prison. I got it made, man, I've been in special ed. I want all my niggas home, from the state to the feds. I do it for the bottom, the morals and application. More than an adoration, it's all for the affirmation. What you thought,
it's
though?
a few people probably praying on my downfall. Good on my own, I don't wanna be around y'all. I'm impatiently waiting so I can sound off. Drawing from the hip so I can get this fucking round off. It's a few people probably praying on my downfall.